Okay, so just wondering if we can pick up Wonga's voice. We can. We'll go down now to ground level.
We're here today to celebrate the grand final. It's great to have football back and netball back here this year in the Elite Energy Gippsland League. I'd like to now welcome to the microphone Bobby Lee, AFL big team member, for the acknowledgement of country.
On behalf of the Gippsland League, we would like to pay our respects to acknowledge the First Nations people, the traditional owners on which we are gathered today to be able to play this great game, and their ongoing connection to land, sea and community. We pay our respects to our elders, past, present and emerging, and the Aboriginal elders of community here today. We also extend that respect to all other people today. Good luck to both teams and enjoy the game.
Thank you, Bobby Lee. We'll all be upstanding now to the national anthem.
And right medal winner Tom Merritt in the middle. The umpire gets things underway for season 2022. The grand final, the first tap goes to Leslie, and the first little kick, it was partially smothered. Bowman with a don't argue. Ball bobs out. There's Leslie. Cooper Whitehill's there as well. And trying to work it off the bottom was Jake Vanderplyte for the Leongatha side. Stoppage inside the opening 30 seconds of the game. The umpire will put it up again.
So body work, Leslie v Willis. Willis gets the tap. Can he find a winner? Goes searching for Marriott. Busts the pack. And just as he's about to break through the 50, a free kick's been paid. The ball's been pulled back into the centre square. So what was a certain kick on goal. Now Marriott will try to find some space and showing some patience. 55 metres out, goes to the right of goals, kick off the boot, look neat, and a great lead by Hilberg can get the Parrots off to a dream start. 45 on a 45, Hilberg has first chance.
There you go. Well, Hilberg's, Will Leslie's gone to Hilberg, so one thing that we didn't actually pick up anyway.
So Hilberg, left foot, usually deadly, guess what? Bang, we're on the board.
Oh, how quick was that from Leongatha? And again, led by Tom Marriott. There was a ball coming through the middle of the ground. Got to remember, too, the start's going to be so important in this game as well. What we've just seen in Melbourne with the rain that's coming, the start's going to be really critical for either side.
And on the LV forklift scoreboard, gets us underway. Leongatha 1 straight 6. Sailor yet to score. Interesting start for the Parrots. Of course, Marriott very important in the middle part of the ground there. Poppy?
Yeah, indeed. So a centre break's going to be crucial, obviously. And Nick Logeno just brought up a good point. Rain on its way, so being in the game early is absolutely crucial. Leslie jumped early. Willis got the tap. Lang at ground level. Can he get rid of opponent? He can, but he can't really get a clear disposal. Good pressure around the ball from all players. McLaren taps it forward, looking for an advantage. Hume comes in, runs over the top of the ball. Nice quick kick forward. Two it was from Sales Jack Hutchins, and they edge forward towards the centre of the ground, but only momentarily as Hume threads one through. Gee, there's not much space for either players on either side.
Oh.
The mark's been taken. Play on was the call. Touched off the boot. Hume tries to thread it back again. Marriott, another touch for he. Threatens the forward 50. Good tap forward. Falls in the arms of Tate, whose kick's not as good as it should be, but the mark was dropped also by Littlejohn.
Yeah, out the back they go. This time it's in the hands there of Harry. His kick was a little bit errant. Littlejohn handballs now to Bowman. Inboard now this to the run of Forrester. His wobbly left foot kick goes to centre half forward. Hilberg can't mark it. Hopkins is there. Squeezed a handball back to Stone. He gets around one. Right foot kick over the top. He misses Jurek. Gets to the back. Here is down there. It looks to be the forward there. Is it Heppel? He gets around as a flying shot at goal. It's a minor score. And Lee and Gathra are peppering early.
Yeah, that was Heppel too, Scud. Good call. And one thing I've just noticed about the Sale side at the minute, there's a few nerves out there. There's a lot of mistakes being made by the Sale side. They just make sure they've just got to find their heads as quickly as they can.
So an update on the LV's forklift scoreboard. We've got Lee and Gathra by 7 points.
All right, Pendlebury brings the ball back in, goes the outer side. Right half-back flank, Sale under pressure. And at the moment, the umpire will ease that pressure by taking control of the ball. And there'll be a ball up.
Pelicano's starting to full forward, and Thacker's picking him up at the moment.
So umpire backs out of this one, throws it up. Leslie was there, so was Willis. Tapped it down. Willis has to do some groundwork. Can't get it out. Marriott's strong work is good to Bowen. And then he gets it out to Stone. Good heavy work again by Luke Bowman. And we'll have a boundary throw in far side of the ground. It's a 7-point margin at the moment in favour of Lee and Gathra. It's at the 3.5-minute mark of this first quarter. Boundary throw in, and the front spot there is Willis. Leslie just tried to kick it off the ground. Bowman was there, grabbed it. Lang wrapped him up in the tackle. And the umpire will do things early. Sale finding it hard to get their hands on the ball at the moment.
They're a little bit off, but Jack Johnson, the coach, he's like a bull at the moment. He's really got himself fired up.
Bowman's been busy early, Poppy.
He has indeed. They will need to be busy for most of the game as the free kick's been picked out. I reckon it's going to go Lang's way. Shannon Lang, a crucial cog in this Sales side, will need to perform today as he does under most pressure situations. Goes short. Got an option. The short kick wasn't great. He'll get the 1-2 back, and again his option's been cut off. The kick wasn't spot on, and now Cameron Stone feeds it off towards Forrester. He runs into trouble. Importantly, they've got the numbers. Marriott tries to kick it off the ground, misses mid-air. Coming through nicely for the Parrots was Hilberg. Feeds it off, and here they go within 20 metres of goals. Good pack of players. The ball falls to ground. Free kick too high. Luther Jurek will get the free kick in a gettable goal. 25 metres out on the slightest of angles.
Yeah, put himself in the perfect spot too, Jurek, and didn't jump with the rest of the pack, and earned himself a free kick then as well. So right in front, lining up for the second goal for Lee and Gathra.
So Jurek, no pressure. 30 metres out, kicks into the man in the mark, if you can believe it. There's the sort of perceived pressure that will make a big difference today. The side that settles first can get the advantage, and both sides are still looking to settle. Some turn defence into attack. Nice hit. Lachlan Todd grabbed the ball, took a man, and now Allison with all the time in the world from 40. Can he put the Magpies on the board? Yes, sirree.
I can tell you right now that Lee and Gathra player just can't make who it is at the minute. He was knocked out. I think it's Bowman.
Yeah, it is.
At the minute.
Yeah,
but,
Bowman.
He was definitely seeing stars when he got hit. There was a hard hit. Fantastic Lachlan Todd, the rooster. He has. I think he's coming off now with that concussion protocol for sure. And that'll be a massive loss there for Lee and Gathra, and a big gain there for Sale.
So the LV forklift scoreboard, after that goal to Sale, it's now 1 goal 1-7 to Sale, 1 goal straight, and it's a 1-point margin.
Those little things in grand finals make a difference, don't they, boys?
Yeah.
And that big bump, Allison kicks the goal, all of a sudden Sale's little mistakes don't look as bad as what they did earlier.
It was fair. He had the footy. It was absolutely fair, but Bowman now starts to get a bit of a jog. 1-point margin. Big moments for them all. Bowling Club this afternoon from the middle. Whitehill tried to shuffle it. He threw it in the end, and the free kick will go to Kim Drew. Right in the middle of Ted Summerton Reserve. It's grand final day. Great to have your company. Sun shining at the moment. There is some rain on the way. Early goals might be important. Lateral kick to Littlejohn.
Scott, we've got to make a quick adjustment there. It wasn't Bowman, it was Wilcox that was KO'd, mate.
Okay, well, that's big too because he's a big defender. Littlejohn drives it inside forward 50. Hellberg can't quite mark. Front and square. Here's Hanley. Gets around one. Handball just missed his target. There's Bowman. Gets around one tackler. Left foot kick goes high. Top of the square. Back there. Can't quite mark. At ground level is Olden. Good spoil in the end by Leslie. We've got a boundary throw in 5 metres out from goal. It's a 1 point margin in favour of Leongatha.
Yeah, look, and just little mistakes from both sides, isn't there, Poppy, at the minute? So I think both sides just trying to find that real range of getting settled in this game early.
All right, Leslie had Hilbert to contend with. That was easy work. Lang took the first hands, but he couldn't find a teammate again. Second time in just a minute. He just couldn't find the gaps.
Olden nearly picked it off, Pop.
Yeah, the pressure from Leongatha has been pretty good. The pressure from all players around the ball's been pretty good. We're 25 metres from Parrott's goals. Nice work by Leslie in the boundary throw-in. Free kick's been picked out. It's going to go Sales' way, right back pocket. Is it Thacker possibly that has the ball, or Leslie?
It's Will Leslie.
Leslie, yep.
Will Leslie, right back pocket. Looks left to change directions. Going to go along the line towards right half-back flank. Ton of players around the ball, flying high and flying early, but not getting the ball was Jack Johnston. Spills over the boundary line, right half-back flank.
For Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland, we've got a netball score for us, Boxer.
Yep, in the B grade, we've got the final score here, and Traralgon were victors, 51 defeating Leongatha 30.
All right, ball thrown back in. It's going to be Willis up against Leslie. Willis gets rid of Leslie, and then gets the tap forward, does it nicely. Some bodies around the ball, a kick off the ground, favours the Parrots, and they're inside forward 50 all of a sudden. They're looking for a teammate. Marriott keeps it in play, and he finds a winner around him. He can't. Good pressure from Sale. Can they ease that pressure? They can't. Yes, they can. Lang dances around, skips through, finds his teammate in Kane Martin, usually deadly with the ball, and this is no exception. Off they go. They've got runners. What's happened here?
It was a free kick. It was a free kick to Kane Martin as he kicked the ball. Brad Desson marked the ball in the middle of the ground. Hasn't caught advantage.
You got to let them go.
Wow.
It's frantic. It's tough footy. They want some open space and they want run. Kane Martin has it at centre half back. They trail by a point in this first quarter. We're gone 9 minutes. Martin's kick. Johnson couldn't quite get a big thump down. Here's Hanley in the middle of the ground. Got around to tackle. Marriott's handball was okay. Vanderplot and Stone nearly fought about it. Vanderplot's beautiful handball. Gave it to Drew. Left foot chiseling. Kick to the forward target. It skips out the back. Hilberg, one way, the other way. Handball's missed the target of Hume, and Johnson comes in and wins the free kick. Or does he?
This is where
he doesn't.
I get really confused with that slide-in rule, because then Jack Johnson just then did slide in. One thing that's really worrying me for the Sales side is the amount of space they rely on their Leongatha players at the moment.
Beautiful tap down. They try to get it on the fly. Nice little strong tackle by Allison. Quick kick by Pendlebury. Gets the half back for the Magpies. Johnson can't mark. Quick hands. Missed the target. Snap around the body from Nash was good. Inside 50 it goes. Leslie goes to ground. He's in trouble now. And the Parrots swoop. Marriott gave it to Stone. And Stone snaps around the body and misses just about everything. Yes, he does. It's out of bounds on the full.
We've had all seasons at the moment. The sun's out now. We've got blue skies. The wind has picked up as well too.
So there's no change in the score. So we've got Leongatha 1 goal, 1 7 points to Sale, 1 goal straight.
And Sale come grandstand side where Leslie's the target. Too big for his opponent, who was Aaron Turton. He has the ball now in defensive 50. Looks up the line. He's going to go long. Maybe Allison's the target. Probably not the right option. No, it's going to fall short, and Desson's the man. And ground level, Freeman, can he keep it in? He can. He kicks around the body. McLaren takes, gives real quick. Good play. Whitehill to left half forward flank. Nicely cut off, though, by Maskell, who looks left and looks right. They've looked dangerous too, the Parrots, running in waves off that half back line. And I tell you what, fortune favours the brave. Sale have taken a few chances. Hasn't paid off yet. But they're willing to bring the game on their terms if they can, as they go forward now through Jurek to Leongatha. Can they keep the ball in play? They can. Inside their forward 50, they went looking for Heppel. He was beaten with the ball by the boundary, and they're 40 metres from goal was a boundary throw-in.
Gee, that wind's picked up too, hasn't it? We can hear it here in the commentary box at the moment, really blowing, and it's getting very blustery as well.
Margin at 1 point. Leongatha favour. Sun shining. Massive crowd on grand final day of the Gippsland League. Comes to ground level. Lang got it out to Pendlebury. He coughed it up though. Bowman gave it to Hopkins. Wrapped up in a tackle, holding the ball. The umpire said no. Get stuffed. Quick kick out of the back line. Gets to centre half back for the Magpies. Desson was there. He dribbles it. Martin's been busy early. Tumbles one into the middle of the Ted Sutherland reserve. It's 2-on-1, and there'll be a free kick to the 1. No, to the 2, and that will be Leongatha, and it goes to Jackson Harry. Half-back flank, squares it laterally to Jurek. He's on the near side, comes grandstand side now, looks for Pelicano. Long sleeves, can mark unattended. Quick handball off to Forrester, who runs with a left foot chiseling kick. It's going to be picked up by Pendlebury, and the Magpies will repel again, but they got no one at centre half forward, and they kick it straight back to him. Nash dropped the mark he should have taken though. McGuinness gives a handball to McLaren. He's under pressure, slips over. Now his little kick to half forward. Here's McClendon. Oh, he's towed it. He's got 10 metres. He's just going to pick it up. Top of the 50, turning, gets around Jurek. Right foot inside out, Chinana. And it doesn't come off. Taking the mask mark is Harry.
Gee, Leongatha set up really well behind the ball because Sale had nobody to go to, did they? They really covered the gaps up inside their defensive 50.
Yeah, Pendlebury's under pressure again, middle of the ground. He's come up forward. Allison applies some pressure by way of body and causes a 50-50 contest. Kane Martin does the same. They're trying to unsettle the unbeaten Parrots, and I reckon they're doing a good job. 12 and 3/4 minutes gone. 1-1-7 Leongatha. Sale 1 goal. 2022 grand
I can comfortably say that win now is advantage to Leongatha at the minute too.
Key stats at the moment, all thanks to Gippsland Ozuza inside 50s, Howie.
So I've got the marks inside 50. So there's only been 2 contested marks inside 50. So it's a pretty free-flowing game.
And Buckles, you got inside 50s for us?
Leongatha have gone in 9 times and only converted with 1 goal.
Yeah, very good. Sale at the moment?
2 times.
And they've kicked 1 straight. They go inside forward 50 again. Lang's kick this time, though, will be a turnover. And Cade Maskell for the Parrots will mark. Defensive 50, goes to the far side of the ground. Turton has it in his hands. The youngster from Leongatha chips it over the top to find one of his good mates in Ned Hanley, who comes back into the side. The inside 45 kick is a bit of a scrubber. Misses Pelicano, allows Big Jack Leslie to come in for the Magpies and deliver towards Desson. Oh, front spot courageous. Great work by Jackson Harry.
If you count the numbers behind the ball, Leongatha had 5 to Sale's 2. This is how good they are when they spread and they know how each other's play.
You've got to match that, don't you? Surely.
You have to.
Harry's kick out to Turton was good.
Left half-back flank, Turton is at the moment, looks up forward. Sale have matched up well, so they play on well, do Leongatha, and they do it through Maskell, who goes from half back to half forward. Oh. It's all Sale, and I wondered for a moment what Pendlebury was doing, but it's a free kick downfield, as you heard boxers saying. Heppel will take that free kick at left half forward flank. Lead is on, lead is good, kick is perfect. Jack Hume takes the mark, but he'll need to kick from 45.
This is a difference now, isn't it? Because Leongatha know how to really set up behind the ball, and then when they get the ball forward, they honour the lead straight away. So they put that pressure back on the Sale defence. And I'm watching Sale players right now. They've got hands on their knees, so the game's been playing at real pace.
Jack Hume from 45.
Wow.
His kick looks neat, and it's an absolute beauty. A contender for the Zambrero goal of the day.
Yeah, that was a great little setup there too. Well done, Popstar. And look, a great finish there by Jack Hume. He's a dangerous forward. We know he started on the wing, but he knows where the goals are. He's been a renowned goal kicker over the last few years as well. So a really great finish there from Leongatha, who's had a lot of the ball inside their 50, and they've been rewarded now with their 2nd goal of the afternoon.
So an update on the LV's Forklift scoreboard. We've got Leongatha 2 goals, 1-13 to Sale 1 goal straight. So we've got a lead by Leongatha at 7 points.
Willis tapped it down. They got some run. Van der Ploeg will run onto this one. Gathers it, wrapped up by an Allison tackle, driven into the ground. Umpire says all fair. We'll ball it up just inside the centre square.
Scott, I might get a few of the boys down below to hold the legs of this scaffold, because I think we're going to take off in a minute.
Should be fine. The breeze is nice and strong. The rain's holding off at the moment, although it might not be too far away. Can we get an update in the A-grade netball for us, Boxer, as you walk out onto the balcony here, all thanks to O&M, our big scaffolding here at Ted Summer Reserve.
Yeah, still warming up there, Scott. They haven't started yet.
Well, Marriott got it from the stoppage. Hot handball was hot, and it'll be a free kick. And again, they've blown the whistle. They should just let it play out, because the advantage could have been paid again. But Marriott now has the free kick, 55 metres out from goal. The Parrots lead by 7 points. He's going to come to the Canbar side, puts it on its way. That's a thumping right kick, but hasn't got the accuracy, and it goes through for a minor score on the LV Forklift scoreboard.
So we've got, what have we got now? Leongatha up by 8 points.
Pendlebury to bring the ball back into play. It's interesting, isn't it? The umpire's not letting the players choose whether they want to take advantage.
Right, yeah.
They're not giving them that option. So sort of holding play when you don't need to. Pendlebury's usually pretty neat with that kick, and that's no exception. Right half, in fact, probably right half back flank. Laverty's the player that has the ball. Still in defensive 50, Sale, and still under pressure. They play on along the line. Now they start to threaten their half-back line. The kick falls short. That wind is stronger than it appears because that's fallen well short.
And it might be going a little bit Leongatha's way.
I think it is, as Boxer pointed out. I reckon Sale would be happy at the moment. They'd love to get another one, but they're going to have to work hard to get it. McLaren, quick kick around the body now, offline, under pressure, out of bounds.
This is how bad the weather is in Melbourne at the moment. They've called the races back one race, so they've pulled it back one race because of the conditions downtown. So we're going to hope and pray. We need a harness up here, and we need umbrellas, we need coats.
Well, we've gone 17 minutes into the first quarter, and it's the Parrots by 8 points. They drive it into side forward 50, but that wind just took it away from Hilberg, and it goes out of bounds. And we'll get another boundary throw in about 15 metres around now from Leongatha's goal. First quarter action. It is the 2022 Alinta Energy Gippsland League Grand Final. Leongatha and Sale, great to have your company on this Saturday afternoon. It's been a wonderful season. It all comes together at the end of today. Hopkins tried to kick around his body. Pendlebury is there. Closing was Heppel. Pendlebury's kick, though, outside towards Tainch. Big spoil over the back from Jurek. Another boundary throw in.
Just at the moment, Parrots appear to have more numbers around the contest.
They are. They're just working a lot harder than the Sale side. I think what's happening with Sale, too, is they're making those errors. So the ball's falling into the Leongatha's hands at the moment.
I'll give the tap to Willis. McGuinness did well, though, at ground level, then lost the footy, but he went and got it again. He gave a handball back to McLaren. His kick was partially smothered. Tried to keep it in. Marriott was working hard at ground level as well. And again, we'll have a boundary throw-in box.
Yeah, it's one of those things now, too, with these conditions, the way they've gone. And we spoke about it earlier. Either side now has really got to get on top because in the next half an hour, things are going to change a lot here drastically.
Free kick goes Sale's way, and that's a nice little way to ease the pressure. Allison's the player, right half, back flank now. The goal scorer for Sale earlier feeds it off to his teammate in Hutchins. Can he find a teammate in turn? Free kick. He can't, but another free kick, and now they overlap, and Allison gets another go. He goes towards a leading half forward, but cutting it off nice was Jurek, who's been busy. His kick isn't as good as it should have been, but it was good enough to find a teammate. And now Leongatha on the break. They come grandstand side. Turton's the player. Handballs it off. He does it neatly too to Olden. Olden gives ground. Keeps possession. Hopkins, they dance nicely. And coming through was Pelicano. He opened the door for a teammate who I thought played on, but Ned Henley was called back for the mark, and just outside 50, he'll now threaten forward 50 for the Parrots. So now he gets called to play on. He gets around the tackler there of Ronke. A nice little neat kick to Pelicano right in front of the can bar here at Ted Summit Reserve.
Scott McLinden's coming off now after a nasty knock in the ribs early in that contest.
Pelicano thumps his left foot in at the breeze, takes it from left to right, goes across the face, get at ground level, tried to get a quick shot at goal there was Leongatha. Couldn't quite get a boot to ball. And we'll have a ball up.
You just get that feeling that Leongatha, if they get another one here, they may break the spirit of Sale early in the game. I know we've been playing already 20 minutes in this quarter, but I've just got that feeling Leongatha are just about to surge.
Big moments for the Moore Bowling Club this afternoon. Catch all the finals action live in their club lounge. From the stoppage, trying to bust his way through again was Jurek.
And we noticed Brad Dessens he's had to play high up the ground because the way Leongatha's zone, and they're really sucking him up high, and he's not as dangerous when he is in the goal square.
McGuinness tapped it down. Allison was good for the stoppage, barreled it out. Now they work. Here's Dessens, as you just said, Boxer, right on high. Here's McLaren. Little neat kick to Martin.
Here we go, it's on.
It's an open forward line. They get it over the top. Can Lang mark at 45? He can't. It's a free kick from Harry Shawley.
Yep.
Yes, it is. And you can tell we're right in front of the Sale coaches box and the Sale support crew. They got big support here this afternoon. Shannon Lang's won the free kick.
He's going to have to find an option here, Scott. He's going to be kicking against the into the breeze here from 45 metres. He'll be probably kicking from 50. So he needs an option.
Leslie wants to be an option here.
Here we go.
Well, Freeman just come on the ground. No one from Leongatha spotted him. Can they see it? He's still there. Lang looks at him. No, he's going to have a shot. And the league's MVP will kick from about 49 metres.
Nice.
And he puts it on its way. He said to you boys, who said I can't make the distance?
That was Poppy.
And the Magpies have got 2. They close within 2 points. Shannon Lang with a Zambrero goal of the day.
Holy moly, that's how you get told to suck eggs, isn't it, Bobby? Because
great kick.
Those small legs just kicked that ball 50 against the breeze. So you probably would have thought he gained another 10. So he's kicked it 60. And got a great goal there for Sale.
So an update on the LV forklift scoreboard. We've got Leongatha 2-2-14 to Sale 2 goals straight. There's a 2-point margin.
Wow. Centre break crucial now. 21 minutes deep into this first quarter.
What does it tell us about the breeze? Is it's strong? Is it going that way?
It held up, but it got the distance.
Unbelievable goal.
Nice work. Ball thrown up. Willis feed Leslie. Willis got the tap. Marriott got the responding possession. Nicely done. Good work by Leongatha. They hold it in. Maskell's in there. So is Bowman as well. The umpire will take control shortly. Yeah, he does. It's just as McLaren wanted to bust through and grab another touch. The umpire will ball it up. No ground really gained by either side. Now Willis gets it out of the ruck, kicks it 45. Can he find a teammate inside forward 50? No, he can't. Tap forward by Jurek, who we mentioned earlier he's been busy. Now he taps to the advantage he thought of his teammate there in Olden, but an unfavourable bounce means that Sale are back in the contest.
Holding
and
the
guess
ball.
what? They've got another free kick. Free kick counts favouring Sale at the moment, and the big man for the Magpies in Jake Hutchins will take that free kick just forward of right back pocket.
So Hutchins now puts it outside his defensive 50, but Big Willis in the front spot on Jack Leslie takes the mark. Half forward flank, they're going to reload. And he's going to go back inside forward 50, but just for a moment he handballs off to Kim Drew. He gets back onto the right foot, and now he puts it in, puts himself in a little bit of pressure. Those Leongatha forwards. Olden handballs over to Marriott, took on 2 tacklers, got a handball away. Jack Johnson was there though for the Magpies. He clears it out again, kicks to some open space. He's looking for the boundary line. Maskell was there, keeps it in. No, he doesn't. And the boundary will throw it in.
It was a smart kick there by Johnson too. He was just trying to get over that zone of Leongatha's because they've really pressed up high. So what they did before Sale was they chipped through the zone and got through it.
Boxer, you got an update for us on Matt Wilcox at all? Can you see him at Brett Garran level?
He's down on the bench at the moment, just walking around, but he's jogging the boundary line. I don't know whether he's followed the concussion protocols or not. I'm not sure how that all sort of pans out in our competition.
Well, only they would know. They'll be testing him out, no doubt.
Yep, for sure.
So Jurek kick forward, went out of play on the full, and it's been taken, the free kick that is, by Pendlebury. Goes towards the half-back line. Ball holding up in the stiff breeze. And Sale at ground level get first opportunity. Don't make the most of it. Bowman does. Left foot kick. Here they go. Room to breathe. Inside forward 50. Kick for goal. Good response. Yep. And a contender by Tommy Marriott. He's been good. He's getting better. Zambrero goal of the day.
Yeah, that's just brilliant. He's just that run and carry, and he just punched that ball through. Carried every line there as well, and Leongatha have responded in the best possible way with a great goal there and finish there by Marriott.
So we're going to have an update on the LV forklift scoreboard. So we're now, after that goal, to Leongatha, they're leading by 8 points.
Yeah, Scott, just a quick update on Shannon Lang. He came off after kicking that goal. He was limping from that heavily strapped. He's got a heavily strapped right knee at the moment. So he's pushing forward at the minute, not going back to the middle of the ground.
So back to the middle of the ground they work again. Johnson shuffled it out towards Cooper Whitehill, and he's got some toe. Right foot kick. They go inside forward 50 again. Westaway leads the chase. He can gather it. He got wrapped up by Freeman.
Good
and
pressure.
Just enough pressure to cause the out of bounds on the full kick. And in the first quarter, we've gone 25 and a half minutes now, and we've gone goal for goal. It's Leongatha leading by 8 points at the moment. Patrick Tainch has it on the far side for the Magpies. Kicking into the breeze, we think, in this first quarter. It just holds up and he drives it in. Gets to ground level. Out the back it comes. Now Johnson, he squares it up and a beautiful kick. The vision was beautiful from the coach, and Shannon Lang will have another shot on goal for the Magpies. This guy's a star.
You know I'm a big fan of the assist inside 50, especially keeping the ball to the person that's in the best position.
But, you know, interestingly, then Lang went into the contest and then quickly escaped while his man was still stuck there.
I'll tell you what, Shannon Lang and Tom Marriott for respective sides are absolute stars of our competition. Lang's got one. His team trails by 8 points. It's at the 25-minute mark, and Lang now has 2 goals, and he points to the crowd, and the Magpie supporters are up and about again. This grand final is living up to expectations.
Scott, everyone, and isn't it ironic when the big players go to the big stage, they step up. We've got Lang, we've got Marriott, we've got a lot of other players, but those two especially, because it's goal for goal either end.
So at the 26-minute mark, we've got Leongatha 3 goals 2-20 to Sale 3 goals straight.
We've started in the netball 2. Scudder Moore have got the first goal of the afternoon, so it's 1-0 in the A-grade grand final.
All right, ball to be thrown back up. Willis v. Leslie. Gee, the ball actually gets caught in the wind there. And guess what? Lung gets it again. He's kicking goals. He's having centre clearances. But he's not finding teammates well cut off. And the Parrots surge forward. They run with numbers. And like a tidal wave, they go from half back to half forward to full forward. And that is a neat response as Alden takes the mark 30 metres out. On a 45-degree angle, you couldn't ask for a better piece of play.
Yeah, Aaron Apple, like, he's just his vision. But you're right, through your call, just the way they transition through half forward, and then it's that quick lead. They honour that quick lead all the time. So Oldham put himself in front, put himself in the best position. Now he's having another shot at goal.
All right, good plays. Finish these ones off, and he's a good player from 35. A kick for goal. Guess what? He pokes it right. Reprieve for Sale.
Poppy, I just want to make a quick mention too. It's great to see Wilcox is back on the ground now too. So he's recovered from that heavy knock.
LV Forklift scoreboard, Howie.
So after that point, we have Leongatha leading by 3 points.
Pendlebury drives it in, out of full back. Nice kick.
Nice.
Found on the half-back flank. Is it Jack Johnson?
It is Scudman.
Has it late in this first quarter. We have gone goal for goal so far. Johnson's kick towards the wing area. Over the top there, couldn't quite mark. Was Todd. Front and square, nicely done there by Sale. They get a handball now through Martin, who drives it inside forward 50. Freeman can mark. No. Play on. Ground levels. McLaren handled over his shoulder. And the siren sounds as Sale through. McLaren was about to have a shot on goal. And what a first quarter it's been in the Gippsland League Grand Final. Leongatha lead at 3-3-21, leading Sale 3 straight 18. Second quarter action for the top pub. Morwell is about to get underway. We've got key stats for you in a moment. But Big Jack Leslie tapped it straight to his opposing ruckman in Willis. He drives it towards half forward. It clears a paved way there for Hanley. That was Will Leslie. Overran it, and kicking it off the ground was Hilberg. Just trickles over the line boundary throw in.
Scott A-grade score for the netball, and in very, very tough conditions, it's 4 apiece early in the first quarter.
Also an injury concern for the Tigers. Rachel Allison's gone off with an ankle injury over there very early in the game. Pop?
Well, if you think tough conditions are confronting us now, wait 5 minutes. There's a massive storm coming from, I reckon, around about Trafalgar at the moment, ready to hit Moe as Willis goes over the boundary line, ball and all, with his direct opponent, Big Jack Leslie, right behind him. There'll be a boundary throw in right half forward flank. Leongatha into attack, kicking to the left of Radio and leading by 3 points in the first minute of the second quarter. Leongatha 3-3, Sale 3 goals. If you just tuned in, the ball back in play. Sale trying to find inches, and every inch matters. Nicely done by Bowman. His handball, though, more in hope than anything else, is over the boundary line just as Kane Martin got possession. Boundary throw in, outer side wing.
For Gippsland Ozuzu Ute, here's Andrew Howe. A couple of key stats in that quarter, Paul. Andrew.
A couple of key stats. Inside 50s had 16 to Leongatha and 8 to Sale.
Wow.
And then free kicks has been a pretty even game. So Leongatha 6 and Sale 7.
Now, I did say that Paul, because Paul has sent through a text message, and he's got some individual stats here. How he did do the yell out. And I can tell you that Marriott's had 10 touches, Pendlebury's had 5, Jack Humes had 6, and Maskell 5 for Leongatha. Sale, Shannon Lags had 7.
He can do it all, can't he?
Yeah. And Johnson's had 5 with Martin had 4. So he's an absolute marvel, is Paul Carter. Back here. And again, a little handball from Marriott. Cuffed it up, though. Jack Johnson was there. Kicks towards the wing area. Desson had to go and get it. And he did. And then get a really strong tackle. The umpire said, play on. Now we've got a couple of players on top of each other in the middle of the ground. Lockie Todd wrapped things up with Turton. We're going to ball up on the wing. They're
prepared to play Brad Desson high and McGuinness low, so a really smart move there from Sale at the minute.
All right, Willis gets a tap. Lang's been busy. One of the best gets a handball through. Can he find his teammate? He can, but that teammate in Jack Johnston couldn't find a way through. Really important 20 minutes. If they come in almost even, Sale will come out of that break believing they can win, and as I say, whether you think you can and whether you think you can't, you're normally right. And Sale just need to believe they can win and break this 27-winning game streak by the Parrots, who are standing tall in the back line. Defensive 50, good strong mark was taken by Westaway. Looks left, he's going to go right, though.
Out towards Willis. Takes an uncontested mark on the half-back flank. Handballs off to the runner in Cameron Stone. He made the Gippsland League Team of the Year and the Gippsland Live Team of the Year as well, Cameron Stone. Nice kick. Found Turton. Right in the middle of Ted Summerton Reserve. No rain at the moment, but it's not far away. He squares it laterally to Willis again. He's trying to milk a little bit of 50 from Kane Martin, who's on the mark. Just a slow play now from Leongatha. Inboard to Forrester.
They're just chipping the ball around at the moment. The Sale players just to be a little bit smarter, get a little bit closer, put the pressure back on Leongatha.
Well, they lead by 3 points, the Parrots. 3 minutes into the second quarter. The tumble kick went towards Heppel. Nearly grabbed a one-hander. Heppel, Hilberg it was, gave it off to Marriott. His handball missed everyone. Glenane was there to Johnson. He's been busy. To Martin, who just set him up a little bit. Turton does well at ground level to handball back to Willis. And a free kick will be paid back to Turton. Kane Martin was a little bit overzealous.
Yeah, just that was more of a frustration free kick rather than anything else. He's made the mistake and then given away a free kick just outside 50.
So the Turtle now drives it into the top of the square. Hilberg will fly, can't mark. Front and square's Hanley. He gets around on his left and puts through a Zambrero goal of the day. If I didn't tell you in the pre-game, I'm going to tell you now, Boxer. I called it.
Yeah, you did, and it's not quite there yet, Scud, but it's a great finish there. You know what he's just done? He's just thanked the coaches for giving him faith and picking him to kick a goal like that in a clutch moment in a grand final. What a goal.
So we've got the first goal in the second quarter. So we've got Leongatha 4-3-27 to Sale 3 goals straight, 18.
It's cold. Hey, it's freezing. I can't feel my feet.
All right, ball back in the centre of Ted Summerton Reserve Grand Final 2022. Game very much in the balance. Centre break absolutely crucial. This time Leslie gets a tap. Can he find a teammate? Lang's the first player there. Gets another touch. Turns on his left. Dances around an opponent. Taken ankle high as he kicks towards left half forward flank. Who's going to be the first player there? Looks like Mitch Bowen. He overruns it. I tell you what, taken high and actually threw him off like a rodeo horse. And coming in to lend a hand was Jackson Harry. I reckon they might all get beaten to the ball by the umpire who takes control now. Right on the intersection of forward 50 and boundary. On the outer side of the ground, Sale kicking to the right of Radio and trailing by 9 points.
Box, have we seen Wilcox at all after quarter time?
I was actually looking for him now, but he was out there in that first quarter, come back after that heavy knock, but now I don't see. No, he's back out on the ground.
Great pick up by Lang from the stoppage, gave it to Whitehill, handball over the top to Descent, gives it back to him, and just great work by Kim Drew to stop that forward thrush. There's Wilcox you just talk about. He's back out there. The advantage will be paid to Bowman, and Bowman from his defensive 50 chisels one to Stone, who can mark at half-back flank. They look to switch. It's not on till he kicks towards the boundary line. Hilberg can't mark. Great spoil by Leslie. Gets around the tackler. Leslie runs, drives it a half forward and pushed out of that one. Well, Descent sort of dove on that one and just didn't try to get the free kick. And it was McGuinness in the end as well. Quick kick underground there was from Cooper Whitehill. And now Bowman's able to pick it off and shrug a couple of tacklers. And he ran too far. And the free kick will go to the Magpies on the wing in Jaden Allison.
So Allison from outer side wing for Sale. Tries to thread through a gap of players. Can he? Yeah, he finds Martin. Dane Martin left foot from 75 will go inside forward 50. Not a lot of movement. Inside forward 50, the Sale side, as we say, trailing by 9 points, but travelling okay. Inside forward 50, yeah, good, strong mark over the top. Wilcox, 3 deep, takes a good 2 bites to the cherry. He'll get the mark. Play on's the call on that right leg. He goes towards right half-back flank. We've got another contest in the air. Will plays be beaten by the boundary? They will. The boundary umpire will take control.
How good is Wilcox, though? He's just taken a massive pack mark and taken out about 3 opponents as well after that heavy knock he got in that first quarter.
Flanagan's Irish Bar scoreboard. They're open Monday to Wednesday, $15 lunches. Sees the margin sits at 9 points. Ball comes back into the field of play. Over the back was Jack Leslie. At ground level, Allison shuffled it to Jack, and he had his kick smothered. Marriott was there, got a little toe boot. Now Lang was able to pick it off, run with Martin, who coughed it up to Drew, and Kim Drew just barrels it back towards the wing area. They gain some meterage at the ground and the toes there of Heppel, who was quickly wrapped up in the tackle, and the umpire said, let's ball it up on the wing.
The wheel's starting to turn around those 50-50 contests at the moment, Boxer, just slightly.
And the one-on-ones, Leongatha are starting to win them as well. It's just when you think Sale's getting a break, well, they let the tackle on.
Been good from the stoppage. Cooper Whitehill put it in. Descent can mark in the front spot, although the free kick's been paid for holding. The umpire spoilt the party, and the free kick goes to the Leongatha defender, who squares a nice little neat kick towards Westaway. He's still in defensive 50. He's underground kick at the toes of Hanley. He's got company for the Magpies now. Good work there by Littlejohn. Kick off the ground by Freeman. Puts it back inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Whitehill runs on it from the boundary line. Checks side banana across the face of goal. And it goes out of bounds for no score.
Scott, just quickly go around the grounds. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland. It's quarter time in the A-grade netball. And it's Maul 11, Leongatha 7.
Nice little break there for Maul at the moment. Nice little breathing break for Leongatha here. 8.5 minutes in, second quarter. 9 points up. Sail into attack. Boundary throw in taking place. A quick kick forward. No room to move there. There's a few people on the dance floor and all players, 36 of them, forward of centre. In fact, 34 of them are forward of half-forward flank.
Yep.
The ball gets thrown back up. Willis, nice tap. First player there. Kane Martin around the body. Threatens the goals, can't find the goals. I reckon taken high was Jack Johnson. The umpire says
yes.
no. Guess what? The umpire from 55 metres called it too high. The umpire from 3.5 metres said play on.
Yeah, I'm bewildered with when decisions are made like that. Now, especially in the grand final too, when you've got an umpire that's so close to the contest and couldn't make the call. Jack Johnson's going to go for the big banana kick too there, guys.
Yeah, so Jack Johnson around the body. Can he snap it through? Yes, sirree! They close that margin from 9 to 3 at the 9-minute mark, second quarter.
I know I'll keep beating this drum, but Jack Johnson, he is a huge finals player. We've seen him do it for the Mathra side, and he's been probably the best player for Sale in the finals so far with Lang this year, and he's been leading way from the front.
So on the Flanagan scoreboard, we've got Leongatha 4-3-27 to Sale 4 goals straight, so there's still that 3-point lead.
Well, unbelievable game of football. We have gone goal for goal. We've had 8 goals kicked, and it's gone Leongatha, Sale, Leongatha, etc., etc. Ball back to the middle of the ground. 3-point margin in Leongatha's favour. 10-minute mark of the second quarter. Lang couldn't get a handle on it. Handball from Olden to Marriott to Hanley. Inboard to Turton. 48 metres. Handball over the top. And Hopkins will run and slam it home. And there is team football from the Paris Boxer.
Yeah, very smart football. Forward play there from Leongatha. They just kept pushing the ball forward. Then we had Chris Laverty, who was committed to the contest. He had to leave his opponent Hopkins when the handball went over the top and ran into an open goal. And the quick answer there from Leongatha. Wow.
And there was a quick reply on the Top Pub Mall scoreboard. So Leongatha 5-3-33 to 4 goals straight 24.
So they need to send a break, Sale. Willis needs a break. He's calling out to Pelicano on the bench. He's got his hands on his knees. He's done all he can do. Willis, he needs a breather.
Isn't it one of the things where Sale have to work so hard for their goals?
Yep.
And Leongatha just did that within a 30-second gap.
And they've done it 2 or 3 times today. They can't allow them to do it anymore. Leslie jumps high. Willis can't move. He wants the bench. The ball kicks towards left half forward flank. First player there, Jurek, settles. Over the top he goes. Finds Van der Plyte. He would turn, goes short. And I tell you what, I saw a moment of Stan Magro there. I thought he was gone. They did it nicely from right half forward flank. Kim Drew threatens forward 50. The kick was good. The free kick's paid too high. And Hilberg from just outside forward 50. In fact, right on that intersection of forward 50 and boundary, he'll take the kick. He comes inboard, left leg. Not great off the boot. Can he find a teammate? Holding. I tell you what, he's been called for holding. And that is dangerous because Ned Hadley, who's kicked one, can kick his second in this quarter and start to put some breathing space. In fact, he plays on quickly and finds his teammate in Maskell, who goes within a metre of the goals before it gets punched through for a minor score.
Just you see the umpire there pay a free kick when you've got both players going at it.
Yeah.
Again, in a final inside 50, to pull off a free kick like that, they were lucky to get away with no goal then as well.
10-point margin in favour of Leongatha. Pendlebury drives it straight down the middle of the Ted Summerton reserve. The lights are on. Can't quite mark in the middle. McLaren tried to force his way forward and he keeps going. And Lang does the same thing. They've gained 15, 20 metres. But Littlejohn was there. He gave a handball to Van der Plyte. Here's Marriott. Shrugged one tackle. Got around another. Handball out now to Westaway. Right foot kick. It's a barrel towards some open space. It's all Sale. Pendlebury's the first one there. Handball's over the top to Will Leslie. Outside defensive 50 now. He goes to ground when he didn't have the football, and the umpire said free kick. 12.5 minutes gone, second quarter. You're listening to Gippsland Live Grand Final. We had an absolute belter.
Yeah, in fact, goes looking for, I reckon it's Freeman, is it, on the outer side? Desson took the mark, nicely done. McLaren's the player now inside the square. Looks towards right half forward flank. Can he find a winner? He can. Who else is it? Lang, been sensational. And they need 3 or 4 players to join the crew as he goes inside forward 50 and finds Freeman with a beautiful leg. And Freeman, a goal scorer of note, will kick from 45 on a 45 and try to bridge that 10-point margin.
You know what I'm loving? I'm loving Destin's attack at the ball. His hands are solid. He's marking everything. He's been playing high, way out of his comfort zone, and he's really leading from the front.
McGuinness is playing deep too, which has allowed him to do that.
Yep.
And the wind's lulled some bit. It might be the calm before the storm, but Freeman now would normally need to poke this right and let the wind do the work. I don't reckon there's much to work with. He does that familiar skip on the left side. Now he straightens up a bit. He runs a bit right and he draws it across the body. It's going to be a minor score if it makes the distance at all. It does, only just.
So an update on the scoreboard after that point. We have Leongatha 5-4-34 to Sale 4-1-25, and that's thanks to Flanagan's Irish Bar.
Open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Cade Maskell will bring the ball back in for the Magpies. For the Parrots, I should say. Here's a little check kick in the end. Nicely done to Pelicano, defensive 50. Margin is how he just said, 9 points, all thanks to Gippsland Ozuza Ute this afternoon. Pelicano's kick to the wing area. Bound was good at ground level, then tried to take on the tackler. And at the bottom of that pack was Thomas Glenn. The umpire said, let's ball it up. True centre wing, grandstand side, massive crowd here this afternoon for these two heavyweights as they try to go forward again to the Magpies. In the back, free kick to Allison.
You can just see that kick from Pelicano that come in. The wind really held that up too, so the conditions are starting to get very, very tricky for both teams.
Well, kicks to Glenn and now goes underground to McClendon, who come off early with a heavy knock. His handball back to Glenn, and his kick was smothered as it goes over in front of the Leongatha coaching staff. At the 14.5-minute mark of this second quarter, the margin sits at 9 points for Leongatha.
I still get the feeling Sale are just hanging on. I mean, Leongatha look more established, but Sale, if they can claw their way back to a lead, the tone might change, and that's what they're desperately trying to do. The ball right half forward flank. Desert, hands and knees, holds the ball in alongside his teammate in Thomas Glenn, and there'll be a ball up just short of right half forward flank. Sale.
Update the netball. It's 15 to Maul, 11 to Leongatha.
15 minutes gone, second quarter. Leongatha 5-4, Sale 4-1. Quick kick forward, nicely done too. It was by McGuinness. They threaten the forward 50. And that's where it'll stop. I reckon the umpire will take control. He does. So 52 metres out from Sale's goals.
I wish the rain wouldn't come. We know it's coming because this is a great game of football. Skills are high.
Yeah, skills are extraordinary at the moment. The desperation, great. Marriott's been a part of that. He's led the way. McLaren's been good. I tell you what, it was like Houdini. He escaped 2 tackles, kicked to the top of 50, and taking a good, strong mark. Last line of defence was Cade Maskell.
Very solid on the last line.
Oh, can I just say, it's that cold. I've got a cramp in my left toe. I'm dying at the moment right here.
Gout.
No, that's on my right toe.
Oh, the kick's turned over from Maskell. Jared Freeman picked it off.
He's had one look from here, hasn't he? He's had one look.
A little bit better angle, though, Pop, you would think.
He's going to straighten him up, the umpire, though.
Yeah, he will, although he hasn't.
Oh, he hasn't? Wow, okay.
You're right. He's gained himself an extra, well, I'm going to say 2.5 metres to the left, which has opened up their angle a fraction. And Jared Freeman comes in. They trail by 9 points. A big moment right now. Starts it right, brings it back and hits the upright. And on your top pub scoreboard, the bar's open daily from 12 p.m.
So we've got Leongatha 5-4-34 to Sale 4-2-26.
Oh, he overcorrected there. Went left last kick. And on that occasion, corrected, but too far. Hit the right upright as Maskell goes straight down the guts. Can he find a teammate? He can. Yeah, good strong mark it was. Bowman on the end of it. Goes to his right. Nicely done. And he does. Good work to Stone. Stone plays on quickly. Finds Hopkins from right half forward flank. Takes a mark. Draws a player. And then loses his feet but gets rid of the ball and skips it off to his teammate in Hanley, who's been good. Can he find a teammate inside forward 50? Pelicano was the target. He overrun a difficult ball. And now the ball's held in 30 metres from Leongatha's goals with Jake Vanderplyt, the bottom of a pack of players from Sale who are holding that ball in. 17 minutes second quarter. Leongatha 5-4, Sale 4-2.
Just one of those things where both sides are just so committed to the ball at the moment. Mistakes are being made at the minute, but we're inside 50.
Hopkins snap around the body again. He got the last goal for the Parrots. Couldn't get this one. And we've got another minus score on the top pub Morwell. The margin now sits out at 9 points. As Pendlebury now
They just look a little bit better in transition, don't they, Lee and Gather? They just move the ball very well. But Sales,
but
just
you'd
to their
expect
credit,
that.
You do.
That's the way that Sale play. It's the way that Lee and Gather play. So at the moment, I think it's 50-50. It's neither anyone's advantage as Penderbury goes straight down the middle. Big fly from Leslie over the back. Couldn't complete the mark. That was Will. And the umpire just says, no, play on. Everyone stopped and waited. There was no whistle. And Allison said, well, I'll have it. Unfortunately, his kick, though, was turned over by Wilcox at half-back. And he's going to switch this one up. He's got Jackson Harry now. He's also got Forrester. Harry's kicked a poor one. Here's McClendon. He can get it. Handball over the top. It's just going to sit nicely now for Jack Leslie. Right foot shot on goal. Jack Leslie doesn't miss. And the turnover's costly for the Parrots. And the Magpies now close to within 3 points.
We just spoke about the errors. If you make the error in a grand final, I tell you what, hat off to young Jack McClendon. Calm head, got the handball over the top. But just an even better classy finish there by Jack Leslie. What a goal, what a game we've got on our hands right now.
So on the Flanagan scoreboard at the 18.5-minute mark, we've got Leongatha 5-5-35 to Sale 5-2-32 with a 3-point lead.
Now, there's not too many moments during the course of the season that we've seen goal for goal for goal for goal. There's not too many teams that have gone goal for goal for goal with Leongatha as the ball's back in the centre of Ted Sutherland reserve.
Again, Leslie tapped it down, but Bowman was good for the Leongatha side. Put it on the top of the 50. Olden tried to trap it. Strong tackle by Ned Hanley.
How many times have we seen them respond so quickly?
Yep.
They just need to keep them out now. Do whatever they need to do. In fact, I'd be pushing players back just to make this a bit of a wrestle.
They haven't had the lead, the Magpies, because Leongatha have been good. Little Vanderplate kick, and Penderbury will mark this one. Well read by the Sale defender. He looks up, they take a risk and go in the middle of the ground. Does it get to Martin? It does. And he turns and goes. There's no one down in the forward line, so he doesn't kick. He had to wait and check a handball to Glenane. His kick out in the front of Allison and Harry, and Allison will see it bounce.
Good. You know what I'd like to see happen, Scud? I want to see Lachlan Tobb play a game where he takes Wilcox away from the contest. So just sacrifice your own game, because he's so good in the air, Wilcox, when the ball comes inside their 50, that Todd now needs to keep him away from the contest.
Boundary throw in. Desson does the ruck duty against Big Bill Willis. Comes to ground. Here's Cooper Whitehill. He got ran down from a tackle from behind, but they're over the boundary line. And a strong tackle by Bowman. Will he do it again? Here's Rob Popplestone on Tara Fairman's grand final day.
All right, 50 metres from Sale's home, and they need to find the nest too, because they're starting to threaten to the Magpies. Inside forward 50, the ball's thrown. Willis gets the tap, but Sale are killing them at ground level at the moment, and that one of those players is Glenane. Goes searching more in hope than good planning for a teammate, and can't find that player. So there'll be a wait a minute.
Oh.
The umpire thought about it dropping the ball or holding the ball.
First time I've ever seen it. He waited and said, no, my ball.
Yeah, so left half forward flank. Ball thrown up, nicely done. Pressure around the ball, as you'd expect. First player there, Leslie, the big ruckman. Threads a handball through. Can he find? No, he can't. The teammate that he went searching for was taken over the boundary line. In fact, must have got a foot to it, so free kick right, half-back flank. I reckon that's Marriott with the ball.
Sure is. Half-back flank. Leongatha lead it by 3 points. Marriott's little chip kick towards Bowman, who's been busy. He's on the wing area. He looks up, goes true centre-half forward. Heppel used his body. No, you can't push out, the umpire said. And the free kick will go to Will Leslie box.
Yeah, I love when he plays high as well.
Will Leslie, the switching kick to Hutchins was centimetre perfect. Gave a handball off now to Will Leslie, who ran on. Kicks to the wing. The lead presents by McClendon. He can't mark. Leongatha got some numbers. However, they wait. And Cooper Whitehill from the Magpies said, I'll come in and take it. Little John goes to ground. Harry tried to bust his way through with Jurek. Ground level there was Vanderplate. Now flicked it out to Maskell. Back now to Turton. His kick was partially smothered. Whitehill got cleaned up by Olden. And the Magpies say, come in. And they try and throw their weight around on Cam Olden, who stands his ground. The umpire says we'll throw it in.
I just love little things in grand finals. The smothers, the chase
boundary
downs.
Throw in.
It's just been brilliant these last 5 or so minutes.
There's a free kick. Is it going to be a free kick to Cooper Whitehill, or are we doing a boundary throw in? Two umpires come together, and the rain starts to tumble down again here at Ted Sutherland Reserve. We're going to boundary throw in. The umpires have confirmed.
It's a ball up.
It's going a free kick to Leongatha. And the Sale crowd have no idea what for. I'm tipping it's out of bounds on the full, because Vanderplate now drives it in. He kicks it straight down Jack Johnson's throat. The margin, 22-minute mark, is 3 points. Here's Poppy.
So Jack Johnson, defensive 50. He's going to look for a corridor option. He finds a corridor option. Can he find Ronke? Cut off nice by Willis.
No!
Oh, wow. Okay.
Free kick, Willis.
Free kick's going to go to Willis. And he turns it over again. This time it's going to be the big man, Jack Leslie, centre half back. Tell you what, things have heated up, and that's on the back of a whole lot of pressure around the ball. 3 point the margin, favouring the premiership favourites, Leongatha. Unbeaten in 27 games, but threatened like never before. Deep into this second quarter they come. Inboard to Whitehill. They change direction. Pendlebury, he's got an option to his right.
He's got 3.
He thinks about it. He's going to go short. No, he's going to go long. He says, Pop, the long option's the way to go. I've got Bowen with the set, but Bowen can't take the ball. He can take the man, however, but there's too many parrots to stop. It's a flock of parrots, nicely done. Hutchins under pressure himself. Ball being taken, man being taken. Umpire takes ball. Umpire will throw up. So grandstand centre wing. 23 and 3/4 minutes gone. Second quarter, Leongatha 5-5. Sale 5 goals 2.
Willis tapped it down. Marriott tried to bust through. Didn't have the football.
Dear. Come on, boys.
Free kick to Tommy Marriott on the wing area late in the second quarter. Ticked over 24 minutes. Lights are on at Ted Sumner, the reserve. The kick towards Pelicano at his toes. Hanley overruns it. Pelicano said, I'll get it and give it to Hanley by hand. He caught one over the shoulder. He plays on. Goes back to Bowman. He tries to take on Lang and he runs out of real estate. Goes out of bounds. We've got a boundary throw in front of a very healthy crowd for this 2022 grand final.
Well, Bowman threw up an elbow at Lang. Let me tell you, Lang won't take a backward step.
Not on your life.
Yeah. 3 point margin. Top pub scoreboard. Late in the second quarter. Rain about to come. Willis taps it to a dangerous spot. Hanley swoops on it. He's been good. Handles over the top for the Gippsland Isuzu U team. Gives it to Nash. He's under pressure. Jurek, he coughs it up. Holding the footy. Free kick Sale.
I was going to say before, that's just the intensity of Sale, but the body language, their intent is so good at the moment.
Okay, they go searching for Freeman. Freeman, good mark under pressure. Looks up forward, there's no options. Right half forward flank. Scud in the background says settle, freeze. He settles. He goes inside the corridor. Kick is pinpoint perfect, if you don't mind, because Patrick Tainch has pushed forward and now has an option from centre half forward. Not many gaps inside forward 50. He's going to try to thread one through. Looks to his right. He's got a player on the right. And that player is number 41, Lachlan Todd. He's also got a short option to his right.
Bound.
The angle's not great. So he's going to back himself in. The clouds start to come over the top. The rain's starting to drizzle down. Right on the half-time.
Has he got the distance?
It's going to push him. He plays on. He's going to kick into the man of the mark. I could see that coming from 150 metres away. Free kick. Mitch Bowen came in to lend a hand just at the right time.
Probably half-time in the netball A grade, 22-16 Mauls way.
All right, they play on the free kick. No, tell you what, wasn't 15, but Tainch kicks to the top of the square. Who's going to be at ground level? They need a win of the Magpies. They need someone to stand up, and standing up nicely was McLaren and applying the tackle and keeping the ball within 25 metres of Sale's goals. 3 points the margin, 26 minutes gone. Rain starting to come down.
Lots of numbers around the stoppage inside forward 50 for the Magpies. Quick kick by Whitehill. Dangerous spot. Maskell takes the mark, though, for Leongatha. Last line of defence. The captain of the Parrots slows things down. He gets called to play on now. He kicks his left foot drop punt outside defensive 50 to the far side of the ground. Johnson, though, was front and square. Handball to the run there of Martin, who's been good. Ala Freeman came the other direction. Won it off the ground. Gave it to Jack Leslie. A little bit too hot by hand. Cooper Whitehill so good at ground level. And chisels one to another dangerous spot. They come the other way. Big crunching tackle by Desson. Play on to the umpire. Martin will snap around the body. No, it's not Poppy. It bounces away. It took a right angle bounce. And it goes through for a minor score.
So after that point, we've got a two-point lead to Leongatha. So it's 5-5-35 to 5-3-33.
Leongatha bring the ball back in grandstand side. Some room to wiggle, and they wiggle indeed. They come from defensive 50 and they hold it up. The player with the ball is West away. And he's going to kick along the line. Knows that there's only moments before half-time. Hutchins contests from the front for Sale, brings the ball to ground. Sale just doing the 1%ers very nicely at the moment and getting themselves into the contest. The bottom of the pack.
Trying to look for the free kick with Hanley there.
There's no cheap free kicks out there at the moment. And the ball will be Balled up by the field umpire. Nicely done. Leslie tapped down. In fact, it wasn't Leslie. You'll find that it was Todd. And again, 50-50 contest. Well held in there by Kim Drew.
28 minutes have gone. Margin still sits. It's a 2-point game. Big moments for the Moore Bowling Club. Pot and Palmer night tonight from 5:30, only $20. Ball back up. Tap down there in the end. It was from Heppel. Johnson tried to crash his way through Marriott. Now, that's like running into a brick wall. Johnson didn't take a backward step, though.
I'd rather run into a brick wall, I'd reckon.
Boundary throw in. Johnson just felt the shoulder as well, as you'd expect. Sail out number Leongatha at this stoppage. Leslie taps it over the back, but tapped it to Pelicano. Tried to don't argue. Lang was there, just overran it. Kim Drew lets it go over in front of his Leongatha coaching staff for a boundary throw in. Just ticked over 28.5 minutes into this second quarter. We're having an absolute belter of a game. We've gone goal for goal.
Right half forward flank. Pelicano up against Leslie. Leslie, yeah, gets the tap down, went looking for Lang. Lang kept the ball in front of him. He's going to find the boundary line again. Marion and Lang, two of the best players on the ground, both beaten by the boundary on that occasion. So right half forward flank, Sail into attack, trailing by 2 points, right on the cusp of half time. Leslie, front position, Pelicano. There it is, half-time. Good game of footy. Maybe the best 60 minutes we've seen in 2022.
Leongatha 5-5-35. They lead the Magpies 5-3. 33, as you'd expect. Leslie and Willis will do battle. This time Leslie taps it down. Willis' kick was smothered. It bounces towards Sale's direction. Lang was good early. Just overrun the football. Now kicking the other direction was Drew for Leongatha. Half forward. Heppel, 1-2 bites. Can't get it. Comes to ground. Leslie wrapped him up. Comes to Ned Hanley. And from 45 metres checks his kick. Beautifully done by the youngster. Composure under pressure was great. And he hit up Pelicano on a lead. And this is not what the Magpies wanted to start this quarter.
Big start here from Leongatha as well. Great lead there by Pelicano too. Led to the right pocket for a left footer as well. Tough kick though, still in the same way, but he does like to arc, so it might give him the open shot that he needs.
Well, you'll soon know, because there are plenty of Leongatha supporters behind the goal at the South Street end of Ted Summerton. Pelicano's left foot kick starts it in the middle and hits the upright as it drifts from right to left box.
Yeah, well, the kick was just about right and spot on from me, but couldn't finish it off.
On the Macca's scoreboard, we've got Leongatha 5-6-36 to Sale 5-3-33, and we're 1 minute in.
Okay, Pendlebury, pinpoint perfect kick from fullback, finds Martin just on the arc of defensive 50. In fact, you find it's Laverty. That right leg runs out of defensive 50, kicks towards the outer wing. Contest in the air, good, big mark, Jack Leslie. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get a couple of clunkers in his hands and turn the game. As good as they've been, they need to be better.
Wind has dropped considerably too now, Pop.
Yeah, Leslie from outer wing to right half forward flank, some flies from left and right and back and forwards, and now ground level, a free kick has been paid. Ground level, Maskell on the bottom of the pack will get that free kick. Left half back flank wants to send the Parrots forward. He looks to his right to consider changing direction. No, not an option. Kicks it low, kicks it neat, kicks it sweet, and finds his teammate in Cameron Stone.
So he's on the far wing. Comes back inboard on the 45, turns it over though. Pendlebury takes the mark. His man now being called to play on. Gets around Hanley on the mark. Right foot thumping kick. They go inside forward 50. McLaren can't mark, just got underneath it. Forrester was back, Maskell was there. And under pressure, nicely done, finds Westaway, who comes back this side towards Forrester again. And he runs and he delivers out towards Nash. He's at his defensive 50. Social room side of the ground at Ted Summerton, and kick down the lines. Nicely done to Jack Hume. And the grand final haircut for Jack Hume looks spot on. As he waits, for Pelicano to get to a spot where he can kick it to. And he does just that, gets over his back. His hands, he couldn't mark it. Head over the footballs, Heppel. Did well at ground level to Bowman. Now to Olden. A sweeping inboard handle to Hume, who can release Kim Drew. And it sits. And his left foot kick, he kicked the belly of the ball, and it went left instead of going right. And it goes out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, they're prepared just to chip the ball around then, Leongatha, just to get it out of their defensive 50. They worked the ball really well, but Hume was a real integral part of that too. He really ran forward hard, but they just couldn't finish off there from Drew.
So Pendlebury will take the resultant free kick. He's in the right back pocket with that left leg. He goes short. The option is obvious. Cooper Whitehill ran hard to make position, and the running hard gives him an easy possession. just short of right half forward flank. Now he goes deep towards right half back flank. The kick's poor. Out of play in the full. A cheap kick comes Parrott's way, and they'll take that every day. Cameron Stone, left half forward flank. Can he find a gap? He can. Can he find a man? He cannot. Oh. Good contest in the air, ground level, nicely done there. Marriott gets another touch, left-handed handball. Dropping the ball's going to go Sale's way. The pressure continues. Nicely done. Ryan Pendlebury, one of the better players. A handful of Magpies standing up.
They've been pretty consistent with that call all afternoon, haven't they, guys?
They have. Pendlebury, left leg towards the outer side of the ground. Again they go. Big fly from behind. Free kick, Sale's way. Another free kick. It's going to go the way of
Descent.
Descent it is.
Big Brad Descent on the far side of the ground. Inboard kick to Tainch. He got called to play and it wasn't 15. He had to handball back to Descent. He goes further backwards by hand to Pendlebury. His kick nearly got touched. Tainch was there. Can they find a target and just slow things down? No. It goes through the hands of Martin. And over for a boundary throw in. A little bit of panic now for the Magpies.
Yeah, they just look a little bit unsettled then too. And the pressure from Liam Guther was enormous too. So they really forced the error.
Can I ask whether Sale have been in front at any stages during the day?
No, they have not.
And the margin hasn't been more than 10 points. 3 points the margin, 4 3/4 minutes into this third quarter. They get the next goal. They hit the front for the first time as they start to run forward. Nice work. Whitehill goes searching for Lang. Needed to be better. Lang applies enough pressure to open the door for Martin to kick off the ground. Now we're inside forward 50. Now Freeman needs to lift, and he does. Good work too. Falls in the arms of Glenane. But guess what? He's got arms around him, and they're not his. It's Liam Guther's defenders that hold the ball in 55 metres from home.
Great tackle by Travis Nash. He just flew out of the back line to put a strong tackle on Leslie again, and Willis. This time Willis tapped it down, trying to run onto the end of this one is head over the football. Marriott, he won't be happy with that one. He had 2 or 3 bites at it, and you don't see him fumble. He looks at his hands to see if they're still there. He's normally clean below his knees. Margin sits at 3 points. 5.5 minutes in, third quarter. That's Liam Guther leading by 3 points. Leslie tapped it down, has to do his own roving work. Handballs back, though, to his opposition ruckman in Willis. Tumbles one. Here's Will Leslie, though, at half-back. Runs and carries and drives. He's got one on. It's Ronke. He waits and goes. Great work by Cam Olden. Ronke has to go hard again. And Ned Hanley wraps him up in a strong tackle. And the two youngsters combine right in the middle of the ground. No one's shirking an issue this afternoon. As you'd expect, it's grand final. Everything's at stake. And again, Willis grabs this one out of the ruck, barrels it towards the top of the half-forward flank. Heppel in the front spot. Leslie goes to ground and jumps on the top. It was tight in the end. And we'll have another ball up just inside the centre square, forward of centre for the Parrots. They lead it by 3 points at the moment.
So 6 minutes in, no score, third quarter. Let's see if they can open the door here. The Parrots, numbers around the ball, but determination. And I tell you what, a free kick behind play. Probably a sensible play.
That's a professional free kick by Marriott.
Was
it was
the
very smart.
He was going to be beaten to the ball by his opposition player in Whitehill. And then he had some space to move, did Cooper, and now he moved towards the right half-forward flank. Martin's got the set.
Good kick.
Martin takes the mark. Inside forward 50. He's capable, you know.
Absolutely. Rain starting to fall again.
Yeah, he's going to have to kick it from 52, but guess what? With a man stagnant on the mark, he can go short. Nicely done, McLaren on the lead. That's the sort of composure we expect to see from Liam Guther. All of a sudden, under pressure, the Magpies, they're like looking in the mirror.
So it's going to be a tough kick. The rain's starting to come down now. That breeze is probably in his face as well.
So McLaren from 45 off the boot. Distance, no problem. Kick, hits the right post. And it's a minor score where it could have been a leading kick for goals. They edge within 2 points.
So there's a 2-point margin. Liam Guther 36 to Sale 34.
Cade Maskell will bring it back in for the Parrots. Everyone takes a breath, and Maskell comes to the near side. Olden's the target. Goes up and strong.
Good mark.
Contested mark in front of Martin. And Cam Olden, 60 metres away from his defensive goal, looks up and looks down the line. Does he continue on the near side of the ground? And he does just that. The target might be Heppel or it could be Jurek. They both stay down the ground level. Sale punch it forward. Johnson in traffic was good to Freeman. Missed the target to Glenn. And it goes over for a boundary throw in right in front of us. 8 minutes gone in this third quarter for McDonald's, and the margin's at 2 points.
Scud, the A-grade netball scores here. It is the last quarter, and it's Morwell 39. They lead Leongatha 24.
Tigers on their way to a premiership, you'd think, in A-grade netball.
Leslie down to full forward, changing the ruck for the Magpies. Nicely done by McGuinness. Head front position. Couldn't find a teammate. They've got pushing it back. Players are called. Nice tackle.
Hasn't got it yet.
No, holding the ball in the end. So the free kick will go the way of Thomas Glenn. He wants to go short. That's going to be too short, is it?
Yep.
Not the great option. Johnson under pressure now. Best result to hold it in. He holds it in. And guess what? I think he got a free kick too.
No, he gave it away, I think.
No, it's fortuitously he's going to go Sale's way. Not sure it was there, but he'll take it. Just relax, big jumping jack. He wants to move it on, and he needs to pick the right option this time. He picks Pendlebury. He's pretty steady. Left leg from wing, grandstand side to within 30. Ground level, Lang Rover runs it. But guess what? This bloke doesn't, and that's Glenane. Standing start, kicks to within 10. They have to hope and wait. And underneath that ball was Cade Maskell.
See, they're good at protecting their goal line, Leongatha. They just know to get numbers back. They read the play well, and Maskell, he's the one that does it every single time.
Comes to the near side again. Jurek will be the target. McGuinness in the front spot. Got a juke up and tapped it over the boundary line. Boundary throw in 70 metres around from their goal.
Just got to make sure they don't have little brain fades both sides. Like Leongatha, I mean, Sale just did them with a little chip kick around. Lucky enough to get a free kick. They just got to make sure they keep their heads.
2-point margin favours Leongatha. Willis tapped it towards his goal. Johnson was there, tried to shuffle it out. Now to Pendlebury, couldn't do so. And Van der Plyt had him in a strong tackle. The umpire will ball it up under the artificial light here at Ted Summerton Reserve. Dark clouds are rolling in. Lang from the stoppage was good. Got around Willis. Hamill's over the top now. Good work by Jurek. Comes the other way for Leongatha. Gave it to Drew. Inboard kick. He got dumped after he kicked it at his toes with exceptional. Olden gave it to Van der Plyt. No one inside forward 50 except for these two. And it's Willis, Leslie and Hilberg. Sorry. And Hilberg just gave away the free kick on Will Leslie.
That's a delicious matchup, isn't it? Like Hilberg and Will Leslie. They both got some great toe about them. You could just see then that Heppel just had that little bit of a slip and gave away that free kick.
So Leslie goes searching for Lang. Ball spills to the front of the pack, and that's where the Parrots have been perfect for most of the day. But Sale, a quick kick out of that. McGuinness, front of the pack, and he keep it in. He can't. Heavy, but not high. I didn't think Kim Drew. Free kick goes his way. Kicks to within 20. Oh, gee, out the back of the pack, waiting. Just waiting was Hilberg. A hand to it, stopped it just momentarily. Now he'll get another chance. Left foot kick over the right shoulder. Didn't quite make the big sticks a minor score.
McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So we've got Leongatha 5-7-37 to Sale 5-4-34. 3-point margin.
So Pendlebury will bring it back into the field of play. You sense that Sale's had majority of the play, but they just haven't been able to capitalise on the scoreboard. Pendlebury goes down towards Laverty. It's Todd in the end. And Flight Lieutenant Todd, or Rooster as he's known from Top Gun, gives it off the run. They get a kick out now to Laverty on the half-back flank for the Magpies.
Scud, we've started something too. I can even hear the supporters calling him Rooster. So we have definitely started something.
The kick goes out wide. And he finds on the far side Mitch Bound. He looks down the line. The target might be Big Jack Leslie, and Wilcox is there. And Big Jack Leslie just can't quite complete the mark. It drops at ground level. There's lots of numbers around it. The umpire should ball this one up, because it's not getting out anywhere.
I'd like to see Big Leslie lift the tempo a bit, take a few bodies. He needs to start to bust some packs open, do what he doesn't normally do, but this is going to take something that you don't normally do to open up this game. They jump high. McGuinness, ground level. McLaren, can he get out of trouble? He can't. In fact, it was Allison. It spills out Leongatha's way. The race is on. Leading the race, Sale, good work. They need to hold the ball in, and they do. Are they going to be beaten by the boundary? They're not. Good work. And dropping the ball. It's going to go against Leongatha the way of Shannon Lang, one of the better players on the day. Outer side wing. His side trailing by 3 points. 12.5 minutes gone. No goals scored at this stage in this third quarter. The premiership quarter. The quarter where games can be won, and it's there to be won right now as the Parrots start to change direction.
Yeah, Jurek took the intercept mark. They got it inboard. The overlap handball to Turton. Right foot delivery inside forward 50 at the toes. And it is, of course, Hopkins. He's twisting and turning. He's got a handball on. Olden's the one. Has a flying shot from 49 metres. No one on the goal line except for Will Leslie. And in the end, takes some uncontested mark with a millimetre to spare. He saved a certain goal. And the margin still sits now at 3 points on the McDonald's scoreboard. He puts it back outside, 50 over the top of the head of Flight Lieutenant Lockie Todd. And we've got a boundary throw in.
It's got everything in this game, hasn't it? Like, they just keep peppering inside. It was interesting to see what the inside 50s are so far this quarter. Buckles?
Leongatha 5, Sale 4.
Okay, so game very much in the balance. Thanks, Buckles. There's the ball now. Left half forward flank. Leongatha still applying the pressure but can't bust through the Magpie wall. Shannon Lang takes the ball and takes them all on as he kicks towards right half forward flank. Nice work. Maskell ground level. He's usually a good user. Finds Marriott. They've got the flow going now. The Parrots, they start to run in numbers. Good work on the end of it. Jackson Harry turns, gives, and from outside 50, the ball's taken off the hands of Sale, but guess what? It's going to be a certain goal because Ned Henley gets his second of the afternoon and opens up a 9-point lead again.
Yeah, there he is again, Ned Henley, and he is dangerous. Scud, we spoke about him pre-game, and he is really lively around goals, and he just knows where they are, and he kicks his second for the afternoon.
On the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard at the 14.5-minute mark, we've got Leongatha 6-7-43 to Sale 5-4-34, so there's a 9-point lead.
Well, it took us 14 minutes to get that first goal box up.
Yeah, it took a little while, but you can just tell that both sides are really throwing everything at it. And then Leongatha broke that arm wrestle and get the first one for the quarter.
Big moment for Moore Bowling Club this afternoon. Bowman got ripped off without the footy. He was holding the ball. Advantage was paid. McLaren goes inside towards Lang. Can't quite mark. Here's Todd. Lockie Todd runs onto it and puts it through for a minor score. There's your little moments of the game. They're the ones you need to take. And unfortunately on that occasion, Lockie Todd just missed it to the right.
They nearly mirrored a Leongatha type response, didn't they? And you're right, Scud, those little moments may be costly later on.
8 points now on the McDonald's scoreboard.
Yes, Leslie, front of the pack, hands to it. At the bottom of the pack, Maskell now. Hutchins feeds it off. Marriott's been good. Don't know if there's been anyone better. Good bump. Leslie comes through. And here we go. Races on. Free kick. Kick off the ground.
Oh, he's caught in danger.
Yeah, it wasn't actually there. The umpire made a mistake. They've been okay today, but they're the mistakes we don't want to see from umpires either, that impact a game that's in the balance. Marriott goes short. That margin's been out to 10 points only as Van der Plyk. Grandstand wing, Hutchins on the mark, looks up forward. Contests left, right and centre. He chooses the centre. Pendlebury from the back, punches down forward. Nicely done. Allison lends a hand. Hutchinson puts his hand in there. Can't take the ball. Then lays a tackle. Nicely done by Bowman. He opened up the door for a teammate in Jack Hume. Kicks to within 25. Contest is hot. Jurek taps the ball to the advantage of his teammate in Hilberg. And we've got a game high margin now of 14 points.
You know what I can just notice too, fellas, as well? There's some tired bodies out there, and some of those tired bodies are coming from the Sale side, even though I do look around and there are some tired players from Leongatha. But there was a couple of contests there too where a couple of Sale players probably could have made a bit more ground up, and you can just tell that the enormity of the game may be starting to catch up with some of these players.
So we've got Leongatha 7-7-49 to Sale 5-5-35 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
Well, here we go. This is where the big players need to stand up. The margin, as Poppy said, it's a game high, 14 points. Leslie tapped it down. Marriott had an arm held and he wins the free kick in the middle of the ground. And Tom Marriott, you talk about star players, the current True to Warden Rodham medal winner. Although this kick didn't quite come off, Bowman was there to help out. He got tackled after football. Umpire said play on, top of the 50. No one's going anywhere there, and the umpire will ball it up. 17 minutes gone into the third quarter. The margin's at 14 points. Leongatha's way. And it's Willis will do the ruck duty. Beautiful tap down. Whitehill was there, so was McClendon. Got one over the shoulder. And Jack McClendon will take it at a defensive 50. He's got Cooper Whitehill on, who can take the mark. Turn around and have a look. Ronke presents. Ignored. The next line is Dessert. That's ignored as well. McLaren was ignored. He's going to go short, and it's going to be turned over because Heppel picks it off in the middle of the ground. And he drives his right foot towards Pelicano. Can't quite get it at the toes. Here's Pendlebury, close to the boundary line. Might be happy to see it to go over. No, keeps it in. Nicely done. Gives it to Bound. And Bound's kick was smothered by Bowman in front of the can bar, and the Leongatha faithful at the South Street end of the ground at Ted Summerton Reserve They lead it by 14 points to the Parrots.
They're tied kicks, aren't they, Poppy? They look like they're tied kicks to me.
They're going to find something from somewhere. Leslie, front of the pack. He's got the ball in his hands, but 3 or 4 players from Leongatha have got Leslie. Umpire says, I'll take control. 50 metres out.
Poppy, we've got a final score in the A-grade netball, and it was Morwell 44. They defeated Leongatha 32.
Good work there. The favourites are getting over the line in A-grade netball. The favourites in front here in senior football. Leongatha 7-7, Sale 5-5, 18 3/4 minutes gone, third quarter. Leslie v. Willis. Bounces off the head of Leslie. Nicely done by Hutchins, ground level. Hold the ball in McLaren. He does that.
There's a rooster in the box here at the moment, too. He's got his chest out.
I'll tell you what, do you want to have a look at the margins?
Yeah, Morwell by 12 goals. There's no better netball judge than Daryl Cooley. That's for sure. The ball tossed up in the air. Nicely done, ground level. A quick kick forward was smothered. It came off the boot of Drew. Sale going to attack, and they need to make the most of it. Race is on. Forrester leads the race. Pants taken around the ankles. Doesn't care. Feeds it off to Jurek. Inside forward 50. Palicono 3 deep. Pendlebury thumps at 20 metres the way of Sale.
Free kick.
Palicono comes in, grabs his opponent high and unfairly, and knees first. And the umpire says that's not right.
And 50.
A 50-metre penalty. And this is where Palicono, as good as he's been, needs to just temper that tantrum a bit. Because the game is theirs to be lost. They're in front. They need to hold the lead. Nicely done. Whitehill finds Freeman. And this could be a free kick. In fact, that they didn't want a free kick on goal from Freeman. He's missed 2. And they've all been from around about the same angle and distance from goals.
You've got to kick this. This is a must.
Another big moment again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another really big moment.
He's kicked one to the left. He's kicked one to the right. He needs to kick it through the middle. Scoreboard end. He's side trailing by 14 points. Off the boot. Doesn't look great. Guess what? He's gone left again. And from 25 metres, he didn't make the distance. He's better than that. But how many chances do you get in the grand final?
Well, you're exactly right, Pop. Not many. And you've got to take the ones that come along. Margin sits at 13 points now for McDonald's Gippsland as Maskell brings it back into the field of play. Hilberg presents. McClendon was brave. And the young star, well, I'm not sure he's young, but he's certainly a small in stature. Like one of Balls and Old's very own Timmy Sexton, and he didn't shirk the issue. That's the difference.
There's a difference, massive difference.
Boundary throw-in. 20 minutes gone in the third quarter, the premiership quarter as it's called. It's been Leongatha. They've kicked the only 2 goals. Here's Hutchins, goes backwards to Thacker. He lost it and got knocked out at the same time. Now Van der Plyt puts it inside forward 50. Danger time for the Magpies. Standing up was Glenn. Handballs to Pendlebury. Barrels it out. The Magpies have got some numbers. And Jack Johnson takes the mark. He wants to move it quickly. McLaren's inboard. Takes on the tackler of Jurek. Runs it as a bounce. Gets away from Hanley. Gets a little bit of support from Lang. His kick is going to find Desson. It can't quite. Desson's effort was good. Jack Leslie. Snap around the body. 1-on-1. Todd goes back. Here's Freeman. Underground handball. Couldn't do it. Can they score anything from this forward thrust? They can't. And the Leongatha defence stand tall, and the margin's still at 13 points.
Yeah, Thacker's picked himself up off the ground there too, Scud. He didn't look like he was in a good way, but he's shaking it off, and he's going back up to Pelicono.
Okay, 10 metres from Sales goals. Free kick paid behind play. What was that for? The umpire was 35 metres from home, and the umpire 5 metres away had to ask the question.
Van der Plyt it is.
So Van der Plyt takes the ball and he finds Maskell, who doesn't normally waste the ball. Left back pocket, outer side of the ground, play on's the call. Ronke on the mark, applies a bit of pressure. Is it enough? It is. The ball becomes a 50-50 ball. And they're going to be beaten by the boundary. No, nice work by Change. No, the boundary. In fact, he's paid a free kick. Another one there, costly. Bowman, outer side wing, goes towards the left, half forward flank, taken out of the contest by Willis. Play on's the call. Nicely done by Leslie. That's Will Leslie. Gathers all of 30 metres. Falls in the hands of Bowman again. How did he bust his way through that? Hot knife through butter. Umpire says no.
The umpire's
free kick Sales
way. He's called a throw to himself and picked it off and gone again.
So the free kick Sales way, just forward of right half-back flank. They can't let this margin spill out any more than what it is. It's 13 points, a quarter and 5 minutes to go. And it's Tainch who has the ball. Goes inboard, finds a man, nice work. They can't burn it. They want to go through the corridor. They think about it.
Do you want to be...
And now they go. They're going to take it on. Hutchins goes over the top. He had no option. They go again. They're going to run into trouble. No, they get themselves out. Hutchins looks right. He needs to find a teammate, and he can't, because guess what? That teammate in Martin has been beaten by the boundary.
It's that short kick that's hurt him, hasn't it, Scud? The Sale short kick.
Well, the decision on that a couple of occasions as well. They were screaming to come to this near side, and they continued just to go to the other side, and you've got to really keep your composure at this stage of the game. Interesting, 23 minutes are gone. You trail by 13 points. You got the ball in the hand. What do you want to do? Do you want to move it? Do you want to actually attack? Or are you just going to go into 13 points?
You've got to attack right now.
Here it is. Lang from this stoppage. He just lost it in the bounce, then got ripped off the footy without it. Now it comes back out. Good, strong tackle from Leongatha. It was Tainch out the far side of the ground. There'll be a free kick now to Sale, and it's going Lang's way.
Should have been paid a moment ago, but he gets another chance at right half-forward flank. He won't waste it this time, and he doesn't. Around half-forward line.
Will Leslie has it. Or is it on the far side of the ground? It's actually Tainch who has it on the far side. He has a look and comes towards some dangerous. Johnson! Jackie boy got high. He's taken an absolute hanger on grand final day. And the coach says, I'll stand up and take the moment now.
Let's remember now when he was playing at Maffra, they were playing Leongatha at Terrelgan. He stood up in the third quarter and kicked a couple of crucial goals that got Maffra over the line when they weren't favourites either. Is there a little bit of deja vu again, Daryl?
25 minutes have ticked over in the third quarter. The coach will stand up. Jack Johnson already has one goal. The margin 13. 45 metres out, he'll get to about 40. On its way, likes it off the boot, and the double fist punt
hits the
post. He celebrated a fraction early, and it's a minus score on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So we've got Leongatha 7-7-49 to Sale 5-7-37.
All right, they only need to hit the post 12 more times and scores will be locked away. Left back pocket, Leongatha with the ball in hand. It's Kim Drew, goes towards the outer side. Big fly from behind. Leslie in front, stands tall. Hutchins ground level, does his job and keeps the ball in the area. But the numbers favour the Brave, and they're Parrots from left half back to a half forward flank. Nicely read. I reckon it was Laverty at right half back flank who has the ball at the moment.
They've had all the play. I think they've had more of the play this quarter, but just having to capitalise. Leongatha have been awesome.
Out the back it goes. Free kick. Page going to go Sale's way.
Another one. Free kicks this quarter, Buckles.
Sale's got 13 and Leongatha's got 6.
Well, Leslie right on the siren. 7 more free kicks. Couldn't expose that difference as Leslie kicks from 85 and it gets itself within 30, but that's nowhere near what they need.
Let's get down to business. It's the final quarter, and a quick little clearance towards Hanley is wrapped up. With 12-point margin, three-quarter time. Anyone want to change their tips, Boxer?
No.
Okay.
I'll leave it as it is.
All right. Who wins from here, Poppy?
I have to be Leongatha. 2 goals up. Probably seems like 3 goals as the rain starts to come down and Leongatha start to move forward. Inch by inch, they claw their way. Around about 10.5 forward, the fight is on around ground level. The umpire will take control.
There'll be a lot of stoppages.
We'll have a bucket load of stoppages as well. This is where the sides now have to really get that ball forward. Nothing pretty.
Couple of quick stat updates. Marriott's got 27, Maskell's got 18, while Johnson's got 23, Pendlebury 19.
And put another one on Marriott there. Quick kick forward. Who's going to be first player there? It's going to be Hopkins. Dances left and then right, then centres the ball up. Can he find a teammate? Yes, sir. It's Jack Hume.
This is it.
This is the first nail. The first nail.
Wow.
Yeah. I reckon this could be the first and the second. 2 goals up. He kicks this one. That's 3. They've only kicked 5 for the day, Sale, and the rain's tumbling down. Jack Hume at a slight angle. He'll kick from 20 metres out. Scoreboard end. You watch the Leongatha response if he puts this one through. Off the boot, looks okay.
Oh.
He's happy with it.
No.
The goal umpire's not.
Hit the post.
The umpire says it hit the post. Jack Hume can't believe it.
Neither can Hopkins.
It hit the post, and he had the right reaction. Like it wasn't AFL.
Pendlebury
they would have paid the goal.
Sorry, Poppy. Pendlebury's played on and drove it down the middle of the ground. There's a big thump back towards the forward direction of Leongatha. And Stone tries to run onto this one now, close to the boundary line. Over it goes. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
So we've got Leongatha 7-8-50 to Sale 5-7-37. So it's a margin of 13 points.
Boundary throw in far outer side of the ground. Leslie will do battle with Willis. Willis taps it over the back. Lang was there. Couldn't get a handle on it cleanly. Head over the football was... that was down there to be Whitehill. And a quick kick from Leongatha under a little bit of pressure as well, went out of bounds on the full. It's dark here at Ted Tummerton Reserve.
Yes, so everyone in their cars can turn their lights on for us. The 16 lights we've got on the towers ain't going to work.
Well, we've got a few
there they go.
helping us out on the far side of the ground as Pendlebury has it. The rain is belting down. It's going to be a tough slog for 30 minutes, you'd think. Pendlebury goes in board. Johnson, he's been huge for the Magpies. Quickly rolls and plays on. Goes towards the target of McGuinness and couldn't quite get there because Cade Baskell has been equally impressive for Gippsland Isuzu Ute for the Parrots. He takes the mark. Heavy rain, drives into the outer side of the ground. Stone can't complete the mark. Second effort was good at ground level. Out the back, though, was Lang. Squeezed a handball to Jack Leslie. Right foot tumbling kick. West away. Dropped the mark. Second bite. Tried to pick it up nicely and neatly done. A quick kick from Ronke. Goes in the directions of Freeman. Lands at his toes. Trickles over. Boundary throw in 5 metres out. 12-point margin.
That's all you got to do, Scud. Just get the ball forward. Get the ball forward. Inch by inch. Inch by inch. Get it forward. Get this goal here while we're inside 50.
Good luck, Poppy.
All right, here we go. Ball a couple of metres out. Leslie's going to be front of the pack. Will he take the ball? He won't. He'll tap it down. Can he find a man? He can. A kick off by Martin. They edge within a point. If you're on the outer side of the ground and you think Leongatha have got this one, give us a flash of your lights. There's a couple. If you think Sale can get up and do the job against the odds, flash your lights. Yeah, we've got a couple there as well. Good on your crew, stay involved.
I think there's more support for Sale at the moment.
Leongatha bring the ball towards the outer side of the ground and makes half-back flank. Kick to the front of the pack. Sale must kick the first goal to be any chance. They kick to within 10 metres. I tell you what, they've got
McGuinness.
Nearly take the mark, McGuinness. They need to hold the ball in, and they do that.
Wait, folding the footy.
Wow.
Free kick to the Magpies.
They're going to be within one goal. There's going to be a kick the difference.
It's going to go in the way of Freeman, who hasn't been as confident.
No. He's missed left, he's missed right, he's missed left.
He's 15 metres out, Poppy.
Directly in front, but those misses will be ringing in the back of his head. He just needs to take a breath, kick confidently, kick through the ball. 15 metres out, directly in front. Off the boot, looks okay. They're back. He's back. Magpies alive.
Here we go. We spoke about it. Get that ball inside 50 and everything else could work out well. And the umpires weren't too scared to bloody play a free kick inside 50. They've been paying them all day anyway, so why not keep paying them?
So at the 5-minute mark of the last quarter, we've got Leongatha 7-8-50 to Sale 6-8-44, and it's only 6 points the difference.
Unbelievable game of football. It's gone pretty much goal for goal all game. Highest margin, I think, was out to about 14 points. It's now back to 6. Big moments for the Maul Bowling Club. Back to the middle they go. Jack Leslie's been huge. Here's Kim Drew, who's been great. He grabs it, lost it. Marriott squeezed a handball. It's slippery in the middle. Jack Leslie gets it inside 50 again for the Magpies. Westaway was there, trying to tap it forward to Freeman as well. Jack Johnson, little kick off the ground's important. Head over it. Taints was there. Someone's got to be clean and pick the footy up. And that man with the green boots back there was Forrester. It's dark. It's pouring with rain here at Ted Summerton, and the umpire finds a free kick.
It was there.
It's going Leongatha's way, and it's going to Aaron Turton in the back pocket. He looks out of the outer side of the ground. Right foot kick goes out wide. Leslie's there. Big pack forms. No one can mark. Ground level. Quick kick. They gather a little bit of territory. Pendlebury was able to grab it, kick it back down the line. And a big thump there by Willis. He's looked for touch. And Hilberg was happy to see it go over as well.
Well, we saw what Sale could do a few weeks ago in conditions much worse than this. And they found a way to win well in conditions where you were almost swimming on the outer side wing. They don't mind the fight, and they're in for it right now. 1 goal the difference, left half forward flank. They're into attack, and they're going to get first use of the ball. Martin taps it forward. 60 metres, free kick. It's going to go Sale's way again.
Coming back to Martin.
Free kick count's been favouring Sale for the second half.
That was the day of the moat, wasn't it?
It was.
Yes.
And we got the free kick count there at three-quarter time. Howie?
So the free kick count is Leongatha at 19 and Sale at 28.
So there you go, 9 free kicks, and they've been good, and they've been proven in these conditions. They'll kick inside 50. I reckon it got a bit of the man on the mark on the way through. Marriott picks it off. He doesn't normally waste it. He'd love these conditions as well.
Free kick.
He's got the free kick too. They need to take Marriott out of this equation because he's the solution to Leongatha's problem at the moment. And the problem is Sale are within one kick. 7 minutes gone, final quarter, 2022 grand final. Leongatha 7-8, Sale 6-8. The ball on the outer side wing spills itself over the boundary line. Out of play on the full.
Wow.
Another free kick to go Sale's way as Scott Cooling takes control.
Will Leslie, far side of the ground. Still driving rain. They trail by 6 points to the Magpies. Leslie's kick goes top of the 50.
Oh.
Big fly from Desson, couldn't mark. Clearing kick from the Parrots. And it's going to land in the hands, is it? It is. Olden, a diving mark. And he can just wait for his troops to get forward to the football, and now he can look for a target. And the big fella, Helberg, will fly the back. Can't quite get it. Ground level, the Magpies. Hamble out the back to Hutchins. Now to Bound. Half-back flag. Dangerous kick into the centre of the ground. 1-on-1. Glenane does well. Coming the other direction. It's the Parrots. Maskell drives it to centre half forward. Here's Hanley. Gives it off to the handball to Vanderpleit. And he can hit a target inside 50. It's Hopkins. And Leongatha steady the ship.
Tough kick from there, Scud. Wet, heavy ball at the moment right now. But calm heads, moving inside 50. That hit-up was fantastic then too.
8 minutes, Leongatha, 7-8-50. Sale, 6-8-44. But Hopkins for Leongatha has a shot on goal. Will kick from 50 metres to the city end of the ground. He runs around a little bit to 45, not going to make the distance. Big pack, and then it's Pendlebury who dropped the mark. He should have taken. He's got some time. Hamble's inboard now to Allison, back to Pendlebury. Little left foot kick outside defensive 50 to find Lang. He taps it forward. Back there though, Nash trying to keep it in, couldn't do so. Boundary throw in. 8.5 minutes gone. The margin sits at 6 points.
Ryan Pendlebury could be a hero here. If they could put the ball in his hands, he can give him plenty of yardage as well with that boot of his.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be pretty now. It just needs to edge the ball in your direction, get the numbers around and get your body behind it, and that's what they're doing over the top. Too clever. Glenane couldn't find a teammate. They've got good numbers though. They just need to find some room, and Leongatha are giving them no room.
Throw.
Free kick Leongatha's way. He's going to go the way of Jurek, one of their better players. Luther Jurek, long sleeves. Right half forward, Frank from 65. He's going to put them within 10. And guess what? Pendlebury, he dropped what he should have taken possibly. Ground level, nicely done. Dancing around 1, 2. Hanley couldn't get around a third. And the umpire will ball this one up. 25 metres out from Leongatha's goals. 45-degree angle. The margin's still 6 points. 9.5 minutes gone, final quarter.
Pelicano tapped it down. Gets to the outside there. Ground level there was Hilberg. Gave it to Hopkins. There's a free kick over the shoulder. Leongatha's way. And over the shoulder, the free kick's going to land in the hands of Jake Vanderpleit. For the Parrots, you can hear the rain through the effects mic. It's still belting down. We've just ticked on 10 minutes. The lights are on. The car lights are on. And no one can see a thing. Jake Vanderpleit has the football in hand. They lead by 6 points to Leongatha. As Marriott looks to be a little bit proppy. But it's Vanderpleit's moment from 40 metres out, on its way. It's coming back. It's going to be rushed through. Although, on the last line, the Parrots have got it. And it's Aaron Heppel. If you don't mind, all clear, says the umpire. The pack form boxer. And Heppel was at the back of it on his own.
The heartbreak kick. You know, he was right in the right spot then too. And, yeah, we saw it the other week when Joe Danaher kicked that goal as well. There were so many players around him, but he just got the foot in. That's experience, and just heartbreaking for Sale at the moment.
We've just ticked over 11 minutes in the last quarter on the Harvey Norman scoreboard. We've got Leongatha 8-8-56 to Sale 6-8-44. We're back to 12 points again.
Okay, if ever we need a response, we need it right now from Sale.
Marriott on the bench, limping heavily. Not sure he'll come back on the ground. There's your big moment.
All right, Leslie up against Pelicano. Neither player got first hand to the ball, but Pelicano got a quick kick. There's 5 or 6 metres behind play. Leslie and Pelicano start to shape up, but then get their eyes back on the ball. The game's there to be won. That's what they need to do. Leslie punches forward. A kick to within 20.
Handball.
Handball gets another chance. Got one touch, got two touches, and then got rid of the ball. Taken high, I thought.
Holding the ball.
Hold on to free kick. No, holding the ball. You heard the call from Scud. Free kick goes Sales way.
Yeah, Glenn had it, gave a handball back to Pendlebury, barrels it in the middle of the ground. It might skid on and work, and it does. It gets out the back. Wilcox is there, though. Maskell comes in to help. He gathers it, handballs over the top to Westaway. Half-back flank, little kick out towards Turton. Can't mark. Willis came in off the bench. Lang's there, and Big Willis just shoves him out of the way. Cooper Whitehill's good. He gathers it cleanly. Nice little kick inboard to Glenade. They got one inside forward 50 on his own. It doesn't get there. No, it can't quite, although it bounced off the chest. Desson gave it across now by hand. Tunneling, free kick, take the knees.
Sales way.
And it's going to go Sales way to Ronke. Going low there with Lee and Gather. They took the legs out for Harry Ronke.
Has he got the foot, Scud?
The youngster.
Has he got the foot?
He does have two. Whether he's got the distance, I'm going to back him in, Harry Ronke.
I tell you what, I'm going to put one in a minute.
The youngster. He comes in, Harry Ronke. He has kicked 7 goals for the season, but none more important than this one. And Harry Ronke hangs it out to the right. And he puts it through for a minor score, but it could be an important minor score. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
So 13 minutes, Leongatha 8:8:56 to Sale 6:9:45.
All right, they're going to bring the ball back into play. You'd reckon they'll go the safe option. Pelicano grandstand side has a bit of room on Leslie goes towards the outer side. Jack Leslie takes the mark. No, he should have on the chest. Bounced off in tricky, slippery, difficult conditions. And now we've got a contest. Wait a minute, the boundary umpire said out of play. The field umpire says free kick. Another free kick will go Sales way to Kane Martin. So the pressure's still there. Kicks to within 20. Jack Johnson, Desson, front of the pack. They'll hold the ball in. Desson spills it over. Lang runs over the top. Pelicano picks it up. His kick smothered. And now 20 metres out. Sale need to find a winner. They can't just at the moment. Although Martin overrun it as well. And then applies a good tackle to keep it inside forward 50.
Gee, they've been brave, Sale, haven't they? Lee and Gather have been unbelievable, but Sale are lifting. They just haven't been able to capitalise in their moment. They've never led for the entire game. We've had a 14 points the highest margin, but they still come to Magpies, and Lee and Gather have been good. They try and clear it out. Jurek was very clean below his knees. Gave it off in a quick kick down the line in the front spot. Hume couldn't mark it. He had all of it and then just dropped it at the last minute, working hard at ground level there.
No,
and holding the ball again. Buckles, we need some free kick counts because they're going all Sales way.
Sales 7, Leongatha 4.
Yep, and they continued on for that third quarter, but Leongatha got some numbers out there, trying to crash his way through. The umpire said a free kick for holding the man.
A huge mistake by Will Leslie. He played on
Louis Hopkins.
And he didn't see the player behind him, and he had the ball smothered.
And there's another player coming up holding his left wrist as Hopkins drives it down towards the wing area. Here's Jurek. He gets it, kicks it around the body. Back there was Will Leslie. Put it back onto the boot. Pendlebury couldn't quite take the mark. It's on the far side. He's handball over the top. Tries to look for Johnson, who's been super. Handball's inboard. Here's McLaren now. Squeezed the handball out to Pendlebury. They got some run. Martin now drives it inside forward 50. Can Sale mark it? No. Lee and Gather go up. No mark was paid, the umpire said. Waiting. Harry was good. Out the back it goes. Tried to kick it off the ground. Glenade, left foot step on goal. No. It's going to go through. No. It went the wrong side of the stick because it hit the upright.
How many boasters have we had today? Oh, God, it's got everything in this game.
Kim Drew's coming off with that left arm injury and all sorts of trouble.
So we're into 16 minutes. Leongatha 8:8:56. Sale 6:10:46. 10-point margin.
And they come back grandstand side. The player that just hit the upright gets another chance. Speaking of Glenade, inside forward 50, back of the pack. It's going to be free kick. No. They look to the umpire for a free kick. It's gone through for another minor score.
Margin now 9 points. Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard.
They've had one more scoring shot, but they trail by 9 points as the ball goes towards the outer side of the ground and the boundary throw-in will take place. 65 metres from Sales goals. Still 10 minutes to go. There's plenty of time.
I'll tell you what,
But it's going to be tough.
Conditions are absolutely horrible. Driving rain in this final quarter. We've had everything on grand final day. Leslie taps it down. And at the real scrum on the far side of the ground, they try to work hard over there. Free kick will go Sale's way again. Keep yelling them out, Buckles, because it's just one-way traffic at the moment, and it's all Sale with free kicks. McClendon, it is, drives it inside forward 50. Back, big pack, pushed out the way. Grand level snap around the body. Flying shot, Martin will take the mark. No, it's over the goal line, and another minor score. That's 4 points in a row to get the margin to 8 points.
They would have doubled the inside 50s definitely now, haven't they, Sale, Buckles?
Sale 11 inside 50s to Leongatha 4.
The ball goes towards the outer side of the play. Maskell, again, they choose the safe option, looking for Pelicano. But Sale just appear to want it more at the moment. Can they make the most of opportunities? We've seen this so many times before, where one side attacks and attacks and attacks, and then on the rebound, Leongatha goal. They can't afford to let Leongatha goal again. They need to get the next score to Sale just to have any hope. There's still 2 straight kicks from winning this game against the odds. 17 3/4 minutes gone. Leongatha 8-8. Sale 6 goals 12. That margin, as we say, 8 points. But Sale into attack.
They're on their half-forward flank. The ball just bobbles out. They got numbers. Jack Johnson's been huge for Gippsland. Ozuzu Yude gets it back inside forward 50. Ronke was there close to the boundary line with Martin. And it goes over with another boundary throw in. 18 minutes gone. We're just about to tick into time on. It's an 8-point margin Leongatha's way. They're holding on. And we've got a boundary throw in, 40 metres out from Sale's goal. Over the back, Leslie was there. Jurek as well, at ground level. Quick little kick from Hopkins. Tried to clear the defensive area. Nicely done out there. This time was from Olden. Handballs back to Hopkins, who kicks around his body. It's an open wing area. Back there is for Leongatha, Hume. He just flung it forward by hands. Little kick off the ground by Hepper was good. Running onto this one is Turton. He's going to sock it off the ground and just about put it through. I'll tell you what.
There it is.
Turton, Aaron Turton from Leongatha. It's a Zambrero goal and a contender, and it might have just won a premiership.
That's not the contender. That's the winner.
Aaron Turton. Woo. You've just about won your team a premiership. What a goal, Boxer.
What a magic moment. I'll be looking back at that replay. Leongatha get over the line now, and you think they will. What a goal there. Left foot, under pressure, off the ground, open goal square, bang.
And how many times do we see it after one side attacks and attacks? And now McLaren jumps high. Can they find something out of nothing? Can they make something out of nothing? Sale, they're not giving it up. Lang went without the ball and then tried to get the call. Leongatha, again, in these conditions, just move like a wave does. And again, they've really applied the pressure. They're going to get a chance through Pelicano to get another one. A kick, it's a 2-on-1 contest favouring Leongatha. At ground level, Hutchins needs to keep the ball in front of him. The boundary line's going to win out. Right in front of the scoreboard that reads 19 3/4 minutes gone. Leongatha 9-8-62, Sale 6-12-48.
Boundary throw and just repeating an A-grade netball. It was the Tigers winning 44-32. I picked it by 12 goals from the stoppage. Jake van der Plyt to seal it. No, touched on the last line by Thacker. And the margin now is at 14. Make it 15 points on your Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. Driving kick down the middle of the ground, skips to the middle. Here's Todd, gathers it, wrapped up by Heppel. Todd flicks it out, that's holding the footy. And you can hear the Leongatha supporters.
You can sense it. You can sense it right now.
Aaron Heppel, right in the middle of Ted Summer, the reserve. Looks up, Hume presents. 21 minutes gone, Heppel gets it in the direction. It's going to be turned over. Jack Leslie will take the uncontested mark. They've got to move the footy, you'd think, quickly. They need 2 goals to win it in tough driving rain conditions. He gets called to play on, doesn't know which way to go. Comes to the near side, and Ronke will go up. Can't mark. Taints was there. Advantage paid. This could be their chance. Glenn handballs across to Whitehill. Right foot kick to half forward. Does it get out the back? Spoiled by Harry was good. And it gets it to touch. And over the boundary line in front of the can bar at the South Street end of Ted Summer, the reserve. We'll get a boundary throw in. 15-point margin for Leongatha.
Contesting the rack, Jack Johnston up against Big Willis, is it? I reckon it is. Jack Johnson doing the ruck work inside forward 50 for Sale. It looks like it's going to take something special. Can they make something special?
Holding the footy.
Holding the footy. Sale get the free kick. They need to not waste a second. They need to find the score. Not once, not twice, but 3 occasions. It's against the odds, but this is where great wins come from. The most unlikely places as Jack Johnson kicks into the man of the mark. That's never going to do it. And now Leongatha breathe a sigh of relief and kick towards the boundary and find the boundary.
22 minutes ticked over. Margin 15 points. Leongatha hold on. They haven't trailed in this game of football right from the word go. They're currently on a 27-game winning streak, and they're looking for their 11th premiership. As a boundary throw in, we're going to do it again. In driving rain, the 2022 Gippsland League season comes down to this. The Parrots have been awesome all season long under first-year coach Trent McMicking. Can they hold on again? Leslie taps it down. Good work by Lang. Left foot kick inside 50 again. Scoots to the back. Good numbers out there. Well done by Maskell. He gave it off to a teammate who cleared it out for him. And Olden will chase this one. He's got Sale defenders coming at him quickly. Olden, though, cool under pressure. Picks it up. Left foot kick around his body to half forward. Hilberg's the target. It gets to the back. It finds the boundary line. It's professional football from the Parrots.
How incredible has Cade Maskell been this afternoon? Like, even in these conditions now, but prior to the rain, he was picking everything off down back for Leongatha. Now in the wet, he's doing the same thing, getting them out of trouble. Just a cool head, just reads the play beautifully.
So just forward of right half forward flank, Leongatha kicking to the scoreboard end. To your left of radio, and only minutes away from another premiership, as you heard, with that margin being 15 points. But Sale will refuse to give it up as Leslie runs into trouble and will give away the free kick. Needs to take the game on, need to take the chances. You can't begrudge them that.
Aaron Heppel.
Heppel will take the kick for Leongatha out of side wing. In no rush. Every second's money in the bank for Leongatha. Takes his time, kicks along the line. Gathers 50 metres, and all too easy a mark. I reckon it could be Van der Plyt. Can't be sure.
Yep.
Conditions are dark. It's raining. Lights are on. It's almost a wintry day. Inside forward 50, another mark's been taken by Leongatha. Workmanlike by Cameron Stone.
How many goals have we had this quarter, Scott?
We've had 3.
So you wouldn't think we'll go more than 25, 26?
No, this could just about be it, Poppy.
Cameron Stone will kick from 45 metres out. In these sort of conditions, it'll take something special to find the big sticks, but they've done it before and found something special. This one goes to the top of the square. Ground level, who's going to be first player there? It's going to be Leongatha. Nicely done.
Oh, no! Oh.
I tell you what, I thought that Aaron Turton was going to actually put another one up for a contender for the Zambrero goal of the day.
Well, you can't win it twice, but he would have got it with that one as well.
I would have shouted him a taco myself as Pendlebury goes straight down the gullet. And Martin dropped what he should have taken probably, but you forgive him in these conditions. Nicely done. Pendlebury comes in. He runs strong.
Kick it.
In fact, it's Johnson, the 1-2. He needs to get rid of it now, and he does, but only just. A 50-metre kick become a 5-metre kick, and they need more than that. Nicely done. Maskell goes grandstand side, right in front of our Gippsland live commentary position. It spills over the boundary line as Taint sees it over, and Scud takes control for the dying seconds of the 2022 grand final.
Well, it's going to be Leongatha. They lead it by 16 points late in the final quarter. Boundary throw in. Willis stumps it straight down. Van der Plyt was there. Head over it was Bowman. Kicked off the ground. Free kick in danger. And Bowman will just take his time, you'd think. 26 minutes have passed. The Parrots are going to win another one.
The coach and staff are getting ready for the siren down there.
1 minute to go as Bowman drives it inside forward 50 again. Handball out, kick off the ground by Hilberg. It gets to the back. Here's Olden. Just lost a handle on it. Goes out towards the boundary line. And Martin will soccer it off the ground, but it's going to come straight back because Jurica's out there. He gives an inboard handball to Heppel. He puts it inside 50 again, and Johnson will let it go over the boundary line. And for a boundary throw-in, the Leongatha supporters are about to go absolutely ape droppings here. They're about to win their 11th premiership in the Gippsland League and Latrobe Valley Football League as well. They lead by 16 points. They're inside their forward 50. Head over it. No free kick. Yes, it was. And the free kick on the far side of the ground is in the hands of one of their stars in Aaron Heppel. And a 50-metre penalty. And you can hear by the toots of the horns around Ted Summerton that this will be the sealer. The crowd's gone up. You can hear it, that the countdown is on. Heppel directly in front. Lead by 16. You can make it 22 on the siren. And the Leongatha Football Club have won 28 consecutive games. But this one is the most important one because it wins them the 2022 Alinta Energy Gippsland League Grand Final. They are premiers again.